Topic today is, can JD Vance whoop Kamala? What y'all got going on? It's been some crazy weather lately, hasn't it? Getting this pole set up. No man, no drinks at the bar. Wow, they do not let you have a comparison with Trump or them dudes, man. That's crazy. Wow. What y'all got going on, man? Oh God. Oh shit. There's two of y'all in here, man. Double tap that stream. Let's get this held, man. Let's get this conversation held. What y'all got going on? I just finished checking out the brother Good John. He's a content creator out of the Philly area. Pretty cool brother, laid back, sipping on his drink over there, doing his thing. I get over and check him out too. I did a post on my community. I'm saying, what y'all got going on today? Smash that like too. Shout out everybody that's coming through, man. Let's get them up. Let's get them up, get them up, get them up. Our privilege holding us all back on the sidebar. Take a shot at it, somebody. What's your opinion? Greatly appreciated. Too much going on out there right now. Donald Trump still at war with all the people. Iran seemed like they got Donald Trump on the ropes. Smash that like. Three of y'all in here, man. What's the deal, man? Can Kamala beat JD Vance in 2028? Can JD Vance beat Kamala? May be the question. And do y'all think if he does win, would it be by way of Donald Trump and the shit he doing? Is he gonna win by trickery, by way of MAGA trickery or Republican trickery, because it's two different things. Donald Trump trickery, tricking everybody, Democrats, Republicans, everybody. JD Vance, either he could slide to the MAGA type of shit that's going on, wars or whatever, or he could slide back on to the shit with the Republicans. There's four of y'all in here. Get them up, get them up, get them up, get them up. Five of y'all in here, we fluctuate, we popping, we popping, we popping. Let's get them up. Let's have this conversation as Americans. If it was some old dumbass shit like, yo, who got the fattest ass, Cardi B or Jada Pinkett, some old shit, you know what I mean? Y'all would be on it. Or who's the best rapper? 50 Cent, Eminem, or Jay-Z? Some goofy shit, but you know what I mean? When it comes to the fate of the nation, a lot of times y'all fall back from that. Especially people that be like, I don't follow politics. Yeah, shit. Stay hungry then, cause that's how you see what's trending, what's gonna happen, what's gonna go down, who playing with the money. You know what I mean? By following politics. Smash that like, y'all. Share me out. What y'all got going on today? Cool. Whoever y'all in here, man, let's get them likes up, man. Double up on that. Double up on it. I'll just kick it back. You know. Sitting back. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all can hear that shit, but it's about to go down outside. Shit bubbling. Five of y'all in here, man. Well, it's 5 or 5,000. One of y'all might can say something to me that changed my life. Maybe I could say something to change your life. What y'all think? Are the privilege holding us all back or what, man? Somebody take a, I mean, are y'all taking the poll as y'all come in? Ten of y'all in here, man. What's goody? Double tap that screen and start playing with it. Let's get them up. That's when we can start the conversation. When we fill this motherfucker up. Let's get it up, man, and blaze up. Blaze one for the nation. Let's get it, man. Blaze one for the nation. Somebody give me a sound check. Is this music too loud in the background? This is my regular combo music, though. Somebody give me a sound check. Yeah, I've been just laying low all day today. Linda Mays. What's going on, Linda? Welcome back in. Linda, do you think that JD can beat Kamala? You think JD Vance can beat Kamala in the 2028 presidential race? I don't know who gonna be running because right now ain't nobody done committed themselves. I say that's be the problem. They don't start churning that butter early. You know what I mean? What's going on, Mark? What's up, Markeisha? And in your opinion, why do you think that East Coast family, that's where I'm from. And let me get y'all to give me a sound check. Can y'all hear this music in the background? Is it taking over the conversation? Okay, it's Keisha. I saw that. Markeisha. I saw it. Salute. What's going on with you though? Okay, Live Oak. You from out Live Oak, Florida. Shout out all my people to Live Oak. We got the Discord over there setting it up too. We ain't gonna get it popping until we get, you know what I'm saying, at least 25, 50 people in there making a conversation. Salute, Markeisha. That's what it is. Thanks for that. Oh, Daytona Beach. Okay. Daytona. Shit. What's going on with Daytona lately, man? I ain't heard nothing. You know what I mean? I know they still had that race, that goddamn car race, but remember they used to have that little joke? Salute, you know what I mean? Sitting on top of the world, baby. The best place to be. Fight the power. Fight the powers that be. What's up with you, man? Roof, what's up, family? Chilling, man. One of my kings' birthday today. They done went to the cheese, to the big Chucky. I'm laid back, you know how I do it. I catch a moment to be alone, you know what I mean? It's bliss. Although I enjoyed it, you know what I mean? All good in Washington, D.C. Hey, they still been having them go-go's like they was having when we was kids, 310. Yeah, his name is Rakim, family. I got a Rakim over here. Yeah, I bet you, man, I got to get to one, man. They ain't still smoking that goddamn go love boat, is it? That love boat, hey, man, remember that love boat had a motherfucker running down the street, tearing their clothes off and shit. A lot of young women stopped smoking weed, or their first experience with weed was not a good experience, and they never did it again because of that love boat. That love boat, y'all know what it is. It was marijuana dipped in whatever, and maybe formaldehyde or some kind of hallucinogenic. We don't know. But they used to sell them, and they used to get that boat. Yeah, that love boat. That boat used to be. Yeah, we in DC used to be treacherous. All of it won't like that, but you know, just to feel the vibe. I guess somebody one day did a dipper and felt the vibe. You know what I mean, I know in California they do their dippers with, I think, tobacco, but DC had that love boat weed going around. That weed had your ass boated. All right. I remember my DC peoples used to wear the bald heads, white tank tops, the big jabot shorts, and the construction boot Tims with no collar. And then the New York cats started wearing it with the collar when it started getting fashionable. I mean, shit was coming from down south because Timberlands is either construction boots or hunting boots. My favorite pair is the ones Tupac had on Juice, the 40s. Yeah, smash that like y'all. Shut me out. Tupac had the 40s on. Our privilege, holding a. Hey man, Roof, can you hear that music in the background? And is it too loud? I kept the left door in the freezer. They had to put it in the freezer, fam. God damn. Oh, to keep it wet. So when you hold it back up, keep it wet. They used to call it wet too. A motherfucker getting wet. Okay. That's crazy, motherfucker getting wet. Hey, don't hit that, dipper skipper. That's it. Nope. That shit just be crazy. But I'm telling you, I used to listen to go-go music. Like, my favorite is from Chuck Brown. Chuck Brown, that Run Joe, that shit. Remember everybody was wearing the Run Joe shirts and shit? Mickey Mouse Fila, and then they had the Popeye on the Super Trooper. But that Run Joe, that Mickey Mouse running with the money and shit. That Run Joe and the cat in the hat. All that shit was my shit. And then they had that one where I used to hang out in the projects in one city over from me. My grandma and them lived there. I used to hang out in their projects over there. And they used to have these house parties. And they used to play that song, Shake It Like a White Girl. I used to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Chuck Brown. Chuck Brown was my shit. And Stormy Monday, because you know that's a old school blues song. But the way Chuck Brown does it, that's why I get the Eagle Flies on Friday. Because that's exactly why I got the song with the saying that I say the Eagle Flies on Friday. 1986. Exactly, family. We was stunting on their ass with that shit. That y'all motherfuckers that play them bongos all goddamn day. Smash that like, man. Shout out my DC peoples, man. And DC is so unique, man. Remember when DC really was Chocolate City? That shit crazy, man. Shout out everybody coming through, man. Hey, man, Roof, you ever checked out a content creator by the name of Good John? Is a white boy from out of around the Philly area. He in Delaware right now. He got a live stream. His shit dope too. If you ever run across his screen, I just was over there kicking it with him. He was shipping on some. I think he was say Amsterdam or something maybe. But you know what I mean. He was cool and good conversation, man. So y'all get over there and check out Good John too. I'm gonna have his link in here next time. 80% black people and 80% prosperity too. Peace, love, King Fire. What's going on, King Fire? The Democrats, you think they still got a chance? Or they let Kamala run, they gonna screw themselves. Okay. Yeah, Good John, he pretty cool, man. Laid back, you know what I mean? Official with his conversation, nothing, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't respect you unless you sitting behind some studio boards or actually really in a big ass Bentley or something, because they respect is in your wealth, not in your knowledge. You understand what I'm saying? Good conversation won't be just enough for them. They'll have to see the visual. You got to be setting up in the Fuego Child, or what's that shit? Child of Fuego, that beef place, for them to respect it. You know what I mean? Okay. Salute. Smash that like King Fire. What you getting into today, family? You think Donald Trump will start another war? He didn't even finish this one. So if I could holler at him, if he did that, I'll put him to the side and hit him with the Jay-Z shit. Dude, finish your breakfast. Because, come on, man. He ain't even finished this one, man, Roof. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problems with it, too. Whatever he's doing over there, because the gas and all that food shit gonna go up and down anyway. But the only thing I have problem with Donald Trump with this shit, if he's getting all this money, he's doing all this shit, making these moves, feed the wolves. Know what I mean? You get a whole loaf of bread and then you won't give nobody a slice. All these people coming in and saying MAGA, King Trump, Daddy Trump, even the Republican ones. Anybody that's coming in praising Donald Trump and you knowing that your goddamn bills are late, that's crazy. Everybody that's coming in here saying King Trump ain't prosperous. Trump wants the luxury bunker to hide in to start World War III. Yeah, he already got it. My day's about done. The rain about to, it's about to rain out here with just thundering, my G. Man, Roof, and he better bet it because it's technology. I hope I don't live to see it, but it's gonna be that. It's gonna be that You know what I mean? Because you see it's coming down. What y'all think about New York City? New York City, okay, they had smoke in the fucking. What was going on with the smoke in D.C.? Man, what was going on with the smoke there, family? Smash that like there's 10 of y'all in here. Let's get them up. Get them up, get them up, get them up, get them up, get them up. What was going on? Was it chaotic? The shit was way down here on the Chesapeake Bay. I woke up the other day when went to get the cut. You go to the barber, it's smelling like a goddamn chimney out here everywhere, looking like the apocalypse. And I see New York is seemingly under siege, man. If they practicing warfare on New York, because now they're gonna need some money. We gonna see where the money at now. And FEMA gonna help New York. Y'all see New York had flash floods. They subways got there gone flooded. Today is Sunday. God bless America and President Donald Trump. And praise the Lord Jesus Christ. And please pray for lost left. Patrick, I hope your bills paid up, you blessing Trump. I hope your bills paid. They smoke was bad. Yeah, it was bad here too. It was bad here on Friday morning. Yep, it seemed like they got that turn the smoke machine on. It was on the East Coast like that. And who knows what kind of it might have fucked with, and later on we might can sue some motherfuckers. Is this gonna happen? Because New York just got flooded and all that shit. 40% of the poll want Kamala Harris for the president. Hell no. Hey, smash that like. That's why y'all gotta participate. When you can make statements like that of how many people signed the poll. Damn, well, he need to get in touch with Lucy and say, put me on the payroll. Let's look at it. Can J.D. Vance beat Kamala in 2028? Kamala Harris, 36 points, 36%. J.D., 18%. Bring back Obama, 27%. Bring back Trump. Damn. So that's crazy, fam. You pray the devil come and get Donald Trump and bring him home. This is why Trump is our president. Listening to morons like this, the Democrat Party is done. I'm not a Democrat, moron, Patrick Sullivan. But you know what, fam? I'm gonna chill. I was about to get on your ass. You'll never be bested by somebody that's doing better than you or just doing. You're miserable, dog. And if you support Trump, that's why your bills late, because you're too busy worrying about Trump's bills. Trump is a billionaire. He's on fucking in national global media bragging about how much money he made. You notice he never mixes that with his politics. It's always some off the side Forbes magazine type of shit when he's bragging about his money, and your bill is late. Nobody that's coming here bragging about Trump should be broke. The poll shows why it's divided states. Yeah, it always does, Campfire. And the people in the stream that come in here and say crazy stuff. But I'm going to say this, in my opinion, Americans, if whoever of y'all, and this is just my opinion, you can support Trump all you want. But if you're praising Trump, I hope that you're benefiting too. Don't just be deriding and you ain't getting nothing out the deal. Don't get caught up in that. That's what they say black people did for the Democrats, right? I would say that. My people always support the Democrats, and we never get a big bundle from them. They always, next time, we got you. You know what I mean? How much money who stole? I don't know what he stole, but if he ain't give you none, I don't see why you should be praising him. And I don't care how much he stole. Shit, everybody gonna steal. I'm sure Obama stole some money. I'm sure Joe Biden stole some money. Look at Hunter. He wild the fuck out. You know he stole some money. He had a habit. But I don't care how much money he stole. Feed the wolves. I'm not reading Revelations. I'm too busy living it, homie. You too busy reading Revelations. Haven't you read Revelations? Who hasn't? If they grew up in America, mainstream America, your people sent you to church when I grew up. You know what I mean? Either they sent you to the church, the mosque, you know what I mean? The temple, the masjid, whatever it was. That's when I grew up. No matter what denomination was, they sent you there. They was on every corner. You know what I'm saying? Haven't you read Revelations? I'm too busy living it, homie. Smash that like. Yeah, he probably he's so slick. get a mausoleum in the White House now on that dining hall. Before you come in the dining hall, he'll have that casket that the Iranians put him in. He'll have himself in that shit. What? He's so fucking narcissistic. He'll go and get that casket like it has my name on it. Go, I want it. You know what I'm saying? You know the truth is Adam and Eve and not Adam and Steve. It might not even be Adam and Eve. It might be, you know what I mean, microchip, plasma, data arrangement, Anunnaki, Elohim. You understand what I'm saying? That's your problem, Patrick. You too busy worried about who they sleeping with. Know what I mean? And then what they, you know what I mean? That's your problem. Glazing mofos, I can't even get a pay raise. Everything is going, yeah. And if they give you a pay raise, it ain't gonna match what the price of shit is, family. For sure, 310, that's all we gotta do. Is teach them. And if they don't listen and learn, it's on them. Their ass gonna burn. Markeisha, what's up with you? Yeah, Versace's. Hopefully, after tomorrow, I'll be able to post the link again because you know they got me on some more. I mean, when it's powerful, they don't play with it. But if I was up here talking about some booty shaking and, you know what I mean, kowtowing and stuff, I have thousands of people in here. But, you know what I mean, if you keep it positively real with them, you know what I mean, no matter if it's coming out harsh to some people or they don't want to hear about it, they will not fuck with you. Yeah, these Versace's. It's the trademark here, you know what I mean? Y'all Versace stage watching y'all. But yeah, these, you know what I mean? Smash that like. What's going on, Tori? What kind of flag is that, Tori? What kind of flag is that? Shout out to 13 people that's in here showing that support. That's what it is. Whether it's 1 or it's 13 or it's 13,000 though, I'm still gonna do it the same way because you might say something in this stream to change my life. I might say something to change your life. You just never know. What's up, TMB? What's up, partner? Oh, it's an Italian flag. Let me give y'all some Italian trivia. You know there's two kind of Italians came to America. The Neapolitans and the Sicilians. And they came to America in different ways. Go do some on that. You know that Neapolitan Sicilians are two different kinds. And one of them came by way of immigration. One of them came by way of getting forced out. Smash that like, yeah. The two, because it's the Neapolitan ones and the Sicilians. Yeah, one of them came straight through the immigrations a lot. But the Sicilian ones was more like black people there. They were treated a little bit more harsher. And that's where they said that, you know what I mean? And they was in the country. But the Neapolitan ones, the regular, it's a piece of pie. The regular Italians that we know, like Tony Soprano on them, you know they're not the Sicilian ones. The Sicilian ones are the ones that are a little bit more darker and their nose a little bit more sharper and they're a little bit more gangster. The it's a piece of pie. They come from the city. The Neapolitan ones with the you know what I mean? They're from the city of Naples and surrounding area. You know, it's a different vibe. But the Sicilians, they're more like the closer to poverty, whereas they kind of more rural. They'll bang out. Yeah, for real, King Fire. I like that, family. You know how we do it over here. Tiffany Chanel, what's going on? Gangster from WKIP in Cincinnati. I remember that shit. Yep, they mixed with the Moors, man. Roof salute. You know, because a lot of people don't know when the black people, the Moors, which they were African and African Arabs, came to Spain and took over. Spain was in control of Italy, especially southern Italy, Naples, even Corsica and all that stuff. The black Moors, Africans and Arab blacks took over, and they had that was part of Spain, southern Italy. So Italians are essentially snatching on their own nationality because it's Italy, but they really are Northern Africans or Spanish. But also when they took over in Spain and had Italy, they also had France and Germany and the Netherlands too. That's why when Spain eventually got them out in 1492, they had control of the Netherlands and they went to war. Everybody went to war for what the black people left. I mean, eyes without a face, it ain't no easy space. Eyes without a face. Smash that like. Yes, 900 years, 310, 900 years. The last vestiges of it was on the fall of Granada. That's why they checked when on the fall of Granada, the white folks was looking at Queen Isabella from Spain like she was gangster. So they took the chess pieces and they re-added the queen and they made because the queen only moved in a certain way. When Isabella did that, they took the chess pieces that they got the game from the Arabs in the blacks that was in Spain. They took the chess pieces because it came from India, but they took the chess pieces and made the queen be the most powerful piece on the chessboard because of Queen Isabella in Spain when she beat the Moor people. They're like, how that hoe do that? Do that there? I mean, it wasn't Ferdinand. It was Isabella. Her peoples raised her gangster, and she had that Moor in her. The same people she beat, she was damn near one of them. Do your history on Spain and their Reconquista. Starting with, I would say if you was going to do it, I'd say start with El Cid. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all fall asleep when y'all start reading because y'all used to TikTok where they tell you this shit. You don't go get it. You don't go get that. You know what I mean? You sat back and treat it as a knick-knack. You know what I mean? Smash that like. But you right though, man. You right, family. Peace, 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 peace. For sure though, man, Ruth, that a lot of them will never realize. You know what I'm saying? Yep, it's two of them. It's the Neapolitans and it's the Sicilians. The Sicilians are a little bit more rougher. They're the ones that filled up Hell's Kitchen and the Bronx and Brooklyn. They're the ones that came there and filled up because they was easily assimilatable. But the Neapolitan ones, they came and they was like the ones that was running the shops and shit. Brian, what was you about to say? You Sicilian. Okay. Sicilians the ones that they come in like, have you ever watched The Sopranos? Tony and them are regular Italians. Okay? They Neapolitano, you know what I mean? Like that, you see that they flag Neapolitanese. Okay? But they brought in, what's the young boy with the hair with wearing the Versace shirts? He was a little bit more shaky with it. What was his name? And he was falling in love with Tony's wife. Furio. I can't think of his name, but I'm gonna tell y'all a story that I saw on Sopranos that was crazy about him and Tony. He was falling in love with that man wife, and that was like the quintessential Greek Roman. I mean, love, always wanting something that you can't have, and always wanting the boss shit. That's crazy, man. If y'all ever watched The Sopranos, it was dope. Saw the prompt on the thumbnail. JD Vance absolutely is not losing to Kamala. Doesn't mean he's the best choice, but he's definitely the better choice. Okay, V, that's what it is. How's your day, family? And welcome back in, because I seen you in here before, but welcome back in, V. Okay, Veronic Gaming. That's what it is. Okay. Anybody want to hold a conversation about that? I don't like to say debate, because that shit always, I mean. Tina Marie, what's going on? I'm talking square bit on you, baby. Square biz. I'm talking this square biz. What's going on, fam? How's your day? Hey, Tina Marie, text the letters BMC lowercase, and drop your link too. If y'all want a dope conversation, laid back, cool sister, y'all get over there and check out Tina Marie. Check just like that BMC. You know what I mean? And drop your link. Sassy Meezy Leezy Weezy. What's going on, Sassy Me? What's up with you? What's up with you? Okay, that's all we can do is relax. I'm chilling. Thanks for asking. My Sunday is good. Yeah, y'all get over there and check out Tina Marie. She just dropped her link. Sister Cool, down to earth, you know what I'm saying? Intelligent. One day to wake up, OG. One day to wake up. That's why I've been changing up the titles too, and not to being less abrasive. You know, when I had pushed that, I was saying white privilege. I'm not gonna offend Americans. I'm gonna say privilege. You can take it how you want. I let them assume what it is themselves now. Sometimes, I mean, see that like privilege. I mean, because it's in all our categories, but I want to be less, abrasive to my fellow Americans. Because I see a lot of them are sensitive and soft as fuck. You know what I mean? And being that I'm a true, a true, judge, on morality and integrity, I will, tone it down a little bit. Steve, what it is right now, Steve? You say you enjoy your white privilege. Can you tell me 3 things that you have benefited from white privilege, Shadow? And what's good with your Shadow Band? You always in here too. That's what it is. Thanks for coming back, showing that support. So I did some research and found out that Rubio is running Venezuela. What's he doing in Venezuela? What's Mark Rubio's position anyway? What's Mark Rubio, Secretary of State or something? What's his position? I'm still waiting for my white privilege. I think it got lost in the mail system. You know how white folks is, they take their time. Especially with that name, Veronic Gaming. They might think you got there going, you know what I'm saying, Antifa or somebody. So shit, they gonna take their time. You'll get it though. Just keep making that money, man. What's your profession? I'm gonna see. I can tell you how fast you're gonna get some white privilege. What's your profession, Veronic? And don't say Twitch, PlayStation 5, or any of that crazy shit. What's your profession? God damn. I'm enjoying some Black Velvet Godfather OG shots. I drank to that. I got a little something. I got a Modelo. I'm gonna get my Modelo, Steve. Hold on, y'all. Smash that like. God damn, Steve. That Black Velvet will knock you down, bro. That Black Velvet will knock your socks off, Stevie. Who say that song Black Velvet? That's hell dog. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm drinking a Modelo. Smash that like, y'all. Secretary of State. He is in charge of their entire. Wow. So really, have we annexed Venezuela like sort of like a Puerto Rican type of thing? So have we actually we annexed them? Wow. That's why they've been on the low with it. Damn. Mm. And it's anybody know what's United States is what's the affiliation with the neighboring country of Venezuela that it called Guyana? Because you know Guyana and Venezuela was beefing. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Damn, so Barron Trump crazy as hell then. The Tate brother just got arrested in Florida. Barron Trump. Have anybody heard about that energy drink that he had? He just put out an energy drink called Solos, because it's spelled both ways. Solos. SOLLOS. Solos. He got an energy drink, him and some of his peoples done put some money up and he's endeavoring. I say it's not the time for that unless it's one of these medicated energy drinks like with THC or some other kind of rocket fruit shit. It probably is though, but I'm wishing that little brother nothing but success. He coming from a long line of finesses and some of them money getters. You must admit the Trumps, he up and down with it, but he keep a little money in his pocket. So that's one of the reasons I fuck with Trump on that money shit. I don't give a fuck about hook or crook. He do what he do. And you can't take that away from that crooked motherfucker. He'll do that shit in your face. Trump will snatch some bread and be like, man, shit. No, I didn't. Trump will snatch some bread, tell you about it, and you'll be like, no, he didn't. And that's what I'm saying. Anybody that's come in here bragging about Trump, I hope your bills are paid because his is. And that shit is crazy. Feed the wolves, Trump. If I could pull him to the side, I'd be like, yo, feed the wolves, kid. Remember, New World Order is also against the law to be in one administration in charge of country in another. And notice the headline, right? Sassy, you own it. But that's crazy about that Venezuela stuff. And when's Maduro going to court? They might as well let him go. Did they do the same thing to Panama? How far? What's in between Venezuela and Panama? What's in between them two? Because we might be trying to lock down territory to engulf the Panama Canal. Sharing. Right now, that don't even matter, fam. He already in office doing what he do. So that's a moot point. Now you gotta say the flip side of it. Trump is a two-time president. Know what I mean? Also, he's, I mean, what is that? An octogenarian, 80 years old, octogenarian. God damn. You gotta feed the wolves, King. Because if not, shit, wolves eat wolves. Long wolf or not, they'll kick the door in and get your ass. Know what I'm saying? Go back in history. Look at when what was that shorty when she said, "Let them eat cake." You see, they started cutting heads. Heads was rolling like shit. Cause y'all know that a hungry man is an angry man. Motherfucker hungry. Put some motherfucking food in his belly. When you get when you eating shit, you less more angry and corrupt. You know what I mean? When you eating, you laid back like a little spliff, man. God damn. But when you hungry and angry, shit, you looking at your peoples like food now. That's how niggas get crazy in the hood because they don't feed the wolves. They'll feed our pups and our she wolves because they use them to put us at a disadvantage. But the wolves, they don't feed them wolves. Hell, you better not. They don't even feed them the straps, homie. And that's why motherfuckers buck. If you really want to know, people, that's what happens when a fucking hungry man is an angry man. This country, ain't nobody in here should be coming in here saying down with Trump or nothing because he's the president. He should be able to get the chance to do his 1-2s. But in admitting that he is not sending none of the 1 or 2 over here, is 1 or 2 countries over there. So anybody coming in saying Daddy Trump and all that shit, like the women say, a father and a daddy is 2 different things. You feel me? So if he gonna bring the fatherland and all this shit and talk all that bullshit, MAGA this and MAGA that, make it happen. Stop lying. Make it happen, Captain. Feed the wolves. Because if not, when ain't no more deer, ain't no more platypus, ain't no more goddamn, I mean, rabbits with the big ears and shit. Or, I mean, not even the donkey meat. Wolves eat wolves, family, and it never fails. That shit gonna implode. So that's what I say about him. He ain't giving nobody a slice. I don't think you saw. I'm a security guard. I do Twitch on the side. Okay, what kind of security guard? And what kind of clearance you got? Ain't no wrong with Twitch. Drop your Twitch link in here. Somebody might be interested. But Ronnie, hold on. Maybe I'm gonna put a John on it. I've seen you a couple of times so you can promote your channel. I'm gonna give you a little jacket. Hey, what did the dude say on Scarface when they got their first job, John? When after they blasted the Frank and them, he asked the nigga did he want a job. He was holding that drink. He said, "You want it? Yeah, sure. I'm taking it." He said, "Hey, you got a job, man." Chichi, get the yayo. Said, "Hey, you got a job, man." You know what I'm saying? Wow, dude. Damn, Russell. You know what? The only thing that can hurt you is the truth. And what you just said, Russell, was far from the truth. And the only person that would say something like this is a miserable, hemorrhoided, probably, guy that is not doing shit. So that's what it is, family, man. It's Sunday, man. Lively up thyself. Not even the scraps or throw away. They're ready to throw that bitch away before they let you got there and gonna get an inch on. Get into that shit, man. Christy Noam's brother also got arrested in Hawaii for trying to lower children and a young boy to. Wow. See what I'm saying? They do all of the debauchery and we get blamed for it. And that's meaning the regular Americans. It's all of y'all. White, black, Chinese. Your ass will get blamed before Christy Noam brother will. I mean, the foot soldiers always gonna get blamed. Armed security at a sweepstakes. Okay, at a sweepstakes casino. I just do gaming content, nothing special. I also developed a fully automated 3D virtual co-host featuring Hatsuma Miko. Who is Hatsumi Mika? Is that a shark or something? Mika. Miku, my bad. Miku. I know it's something definitely Japanese, but what's that? I mean, he blasted on who? I really want to say what Trump does with the Tate brothers because England wants them. Oh, you really want to see what Trump do with them? Yeah, England want them for some crazy shit too. Did you see those charges? Them motherfuckers got some motherfucking heinous charges. Nah, who is it though, family? Hatsumi Michael. Who is that? And drop a link or two so I ain't even got to look at that. Drop some knowledge on me. Drop the link in there. You say they've been extradited already, Steve? Damn, they just snatched their ass out of Florida. Man, that some shit going down the pipe because it's more like it's revenge politics because I mean she's a world famous Vocaloid. Okay. Is that somebody you created or is she really known? Because I said drop your link, man, if you want to promote. I never even heard of a Vocaloid. Shit. I'm trying to keep it gully. I'm trying to get it while I finish before AI take over. So, you know what I'm saying? The Tate brothers are Baron's Horos. God damn, Baron. You better bet he will, Brian. Right after they get finished with him, as they do everything, they probably might send Trump to jail. I'm telling you, don't let the smooth taste fool you. You would never think Trump should be back in office. But shit, he goddamn did all this shit, had some motherfuckers holding up the Capitol building. People don't got killed. Folk don't got killed at a goddamn Donald Trump conversation. He giving a speech, motherfucker. He get nipped in the ear, motherfuckers gone. Come on, man. If the right people get in power, Donald Trump will go to jail. You see how it looks like he has absolute power? Remember, the next person is going to have those same powers. And Donald Trump may be even exposing them to a side they didn't even know existed. Shit that you could do with the stuff. So now the next person going to try to top his ass. Cheers, King Fire. Yep. I don't know much of the story, but I said they have been indicted and we are on their way. They're on their way. Damn. Trump is the fall guy. Yep. Damn. So y'all think they go y'all okay, we about to drop the Habiki Matsu Wikipedia. Hatsumi Maku. Yeah, it'll work. Let me go look at it. Why you say Harris is whatever? Let me check this shit. This might be one of them porn bombs or some shit. Here I go with the Mitsu Kamuki. The Vocaloid. That's some old shit. Hatsune Miku. Okay. Why did you just say some anime type of shit, man? I seen this character before. Damn, why you just say anime? You said a Vocaloid. I'm not really up on my up-to-date anime lingo, but yeah, I seen it before. She why did you just say a anime Habachuko doll looking anime? You know what I mean? And she's just a 3D Habachuko. Smash that like Trump 2028 for sure. What y'all think about that? Would y'all go along with Trump if he sees power in 2028? Are y'all Trump supporters? Okay, fam, that's what it is. Trump is golfing while soldiers are dying. That's how much he doesn't care. Yeah, 2 soldiers just died. Do you think that's going to further accelerate what's going on? Like a tit for tat now, this is the excuse? Damn, Steve. You say Harris has no chance. Why? None of them have true power. They're controlled. Right? That's why they don't have power when they get out of office. That's why they don't take it with them. It's all handed to them. And what's so crazy, they all subject to be clones. You know what I mean? We subject to be talking to clones and shit, fam. Smash that like, y'all. 16 of y'all in here. Let's get it up. Get them up. Get them up. Get them up. Shit. Them fucked around and goddamn jumped on Iran and them folk fight back. That's what's so crazy about it. If, I mean, he done jumped on goddamn Iran and them people fighting back. You never would have thought. And you know how much prestige they're getting off of this shit. They getting points off of us for that shit. Because people are looking like, damn, if Iran did it, you let them come over here. It was one of these countries that are investigating those fucking drones Iran got. Motherfucker said, what was that shit Iran had? I'm telling you. That shit is real, family. The military showed what was happening to them on their military bases that heads and administrators won't show. Plenty of our military are hurt, missing, and dead. Military families are livid. Wow. The only thing Harris taught us is that her mean pot of greens and her contemporary jazz collection. No, I mean, that was just shop talk. Even if she made a mistake on it, somebody handed her a placard and told her to say that. You understand what I'm saying? Because, you know, all of that shit is stripped it. So she fucked up with that. But guess what? Being a woman and a woman of color, I know when she was in that executive office, that girl saw some valuable shit that she probably put in her purse. A little bit in the bag, a little bit in the purse. Do not underestimate the brain power of the divine feminine. I mean, no matter who it is. And I believe that she has experience at the executive level. If Joe Biden was that incapacitated, I know that they had to lean on her for some of those decisions. Maybe not been the best ones, but just like Donald Trump and Obama. With experience, it's learned, and a lot of y'all respect them, all of them. Everybody that respects Donald Trump, everybody that respects Obama, even the people that respect Kamala, is because of their experience. Now, I believe Kamala can give them a fight and become the president. But one thing we gotta let go as Americans, even because there's even some Democrats that male chauvinism, that being afraid of the divine feminine, because they be giving y'all the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost for so long. Nah, don't forget about Mary, and even don't forget about Jesus' grandma. All you Christians, his grandma name was Anne. Okay, smash that like. Did y'all know that Jesus' grandma name was Anne? And she was also said to have been born without, not out of pleasure or sex, from immaculate conception. Her name was Anne. I know everybody got a sister named Mary Ann because that's like synonymous. The name Mary Ann is actually two names. They're not named after. If their name is Mary, they're named after Jesus' mom. If their name is Mary Ann, they're named after his grandma. Because back then they didn't have to bend in front of it for the women. It was just because they didn't really have status, but they had status. Okay, because like John ben Moses, that would be John, son of Moses. But Mary Ann is Jesus' grandma. So all y'all who got their sister's name Mary Ann, meaning, the grandma. And the grandma had immaculate conception too. If y'all really want to go further in it, for all you Christians that, say Jesus, go check on Jesus' 4 grandmas. You'll be astonished. Go look up Jesus' 4 grandmas. Parts has the IQ of a potato chip. Paris has the IQ. Paris who? Paris who, Steve? Harris is the only woman and person for decades who experienced in all branches of government. Exactly, Sassy Mill, her experience. She will be a treasure trove of experience. That's what, see, the thing is, you say she's unintelligent. Even to be cunning, she has to have some type of intelligence, and whether it's cold intelligence. She a move maker, believe that. And y'all refuse to give that lady her props. I say make her the president just to make all y'all motherfuckers mad. The same way they made Donald Trump the president, and now even the people that were screaming MAGA, y'all motherfuckers mad. And if you're not mad, you broke, because these prices is killing us. All of us. The MAGA, the Democratic Socialists, they coming. And Donald Trump did say something good. He said that they were the biggest threat. Because everybody that got dreams of being an entrepreneur and making all this money and throwing it in there, I'm rich, bitch. Listen, the Democratic Socialists gonna take that shit. You know what I'm saying? And y'all look at New York, man. The bitch took bribes. Everybody took bribes, Daniel. If they wouldn't be politicians if they ain't take bribes. What the fuck? I know you don't know politics. All you know is dealing off the cuff with shit, your emotions. She got titties, you don't want her telling you what to do. She got titties, she's not telling me what to do. As you hold a PBR, looking at a Hooters menu. She got titties, she's not telling me what to do. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like 14 of y'all in here, man. Double tap that screen, family. Hey, what's up, Space Deezy? Did you fuck with that discourse lately? You can drop the link in here. Did you get it right? Did it allow you to do anything with it? Smash that like. UK has 3 women people, presidents. I know Germany had a woman leader. She was pretty strong with it. What was that, Merkel? But yeah, UK had the ultimate female leader. Goddamn Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher was gangster. She's known for being gangster. See what I'm saying? That's why you don't get no pussy. Because ain't no woman leading me nowhere, buddy. She can lead you there, but ain't no wrong with taking your place. I mean, because a woman will lead you, even if you a bullshit king, she'll still allow you to wear the crown. That's where your understanding of a woman, I can tell, would stale probably with your upbringing. You feel me? Space just dropped the Discord link. Y'all get over there, join that Discord for the Who Divided America, BMC, fam. Y'all get over there and drop that. And when we get up to 25 or 50, then I'm gonna pop in there. We can really get the conversation held. But for right now, I need 25 to 50 subscribers, man. I want 50, but 25. I mean, I know I got 25 definite people in here right now that'll go get over there. So hit that link. He just dropped it. I'm gonna pin it to the top. Salute to Space Dust. Did you change any? Did you add anything up there for it? I want to see where your political mind at. You know what I mean? Because as Americans, we all, you know what I mean? I like to refer to them as fun bags. I bet you do. Most people that talk like that, they don't really get to see them that much because they just know what they is. They ain't got to be, you know what I mean? Most people that talk like that, they don't get to see them that much. Fun bags? What's a fun bag? You feel me? Women wouldn't be in control if men knew how to lead righteously. Yes, power prayerful. There's a video right here on YouTube admitting it. No AI. Look at the woman president in Mexico, gave her country universal health care. Watch American flock there like they do in Canada. Yep, they already there. Though. You know, America been in Mexico. And she's also one of the people that they always saying to get them. She's a Jew. She's Jewish. Lack of leadership skills. Exactly, prayerful. They got to take responsibility for it. I added some channels, memes, general chat, self-promotion. I added some voice channels, smoking lounge, debate. Salute. Hey, see what I'm saying, Space Dust? That's what I'm talking about. So, nope. Sir, it ain't me, pot of greens and huh? Shit, so does it mean UFC on the White House lawn? UFC and pork skins and PBR on the White House lawn, though. See what I'm saying? Trump did it the same way you say Kamala Harris is doing it. Trump put UFC wrestling, a bunch of rednecks, MAGAs, and some PBR and some barbecue. You know what I mean? They wanted to do the monster trucks. They probably did that night. I don't know. On the White House lawn. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, man. You tripping, dude. Mexico was ready to go to Cancun like the rest of us. They won't go on to war for what? For what? Half of them dope dealers. The other half of them got sombreros on, sleep in ponchos, my G. Come on, Mexico's and picking fruit in Mexico also. All of Mexico's ready to go to war with us, man. How you gonna go to war with your dad? That's crazy. The family know what's up. Mexico and Canada know that the United States will not do shit to them because we got missiles and shit in Mexico and in Canada. Best believe that. That's why they feel comfortable in letting the United States stretch out sometimes. They'll talk that shit, but they really need the United States. It's a triple threat. That's our northern border with Canada being secured, and they probably got us with all kind of satellites and doo, doo, doo. And then our southern border. Remember, the United States has to exist beyond Donald Trump. Donald Trump ain't the beginning or the end of the United States. Americans will be the beginning and the end of the United States, family. Okay, I added to introduce yourself. Okay, Space Dust. I know what I'm saying. It ain't all just Space Dust up there, homie. Family. I like that, Space Dust. Greatly appreciate it, man. Greatly appreciate it. Y'all get over there and support the BMC Discord. I'm a novice at it, but I see Space Dust simply came out of nowhere with it. Stage video chat for people who want to play music. We'll also add a DJ room. Oh my GA Space. I'm gonna have to check this shit out. Yo, see what I'm saying? I didn't understand it. But salute, fam. Greatly appreciate y'all. Get over there and check out the BMC on Discord. Know what I mean? Why haven't the 6 black teen thugs been arrested in Baltimore for beating down? I saw that. Hey, Viking, I saw that. You know what was so crazy? I said I ought to go to that fucking store and wait for them little motherfuckers to come and beat their fucking ass. It ain't even about them being black. Just being motherfucking immature with their thinking to attack somebody like that. I saw that, Viking, even though the way you come in on some bullshit, I did. I saw it. I was looking at that shit. I said, I ought to go there and beat the fuck out of them young niggas, man. It's crazy that the richest country in the world doesn't have basic needs like universal health care, education. No one should be homeless or hungry in the U.S. bragging about the richest. And then the president bragging about all these billions he made, grinning and shit. And somebody will come in here and say, King Trump. And they just got a late bill in the mail. Presidential Women's Mud Wrestling Championships. Exactly. Damn right it was well said. He kept getting up though he was tough. Shit, it ain't the point of being tough. He should never even been touched. That's the problem. We these kids now, they so desensitized, doing this shit on Call of Duty and what's that Grand Theft Auto? You know Grand Theft Auto, you can run up to somebody and kill them and hit them and they be desensitized. And then when they get out into the real physical world, out of the argument to reality that they used to being in, they do shit like this. I wanted to go there and fuck them up when I saw them kick that old man. That shit is crazy, man. Hey, Brian, you ain't gonna get nobody talking about we'll get them. Nobody needs America. Plenty of countries function just fucking fine without the U.S. In fact, more often than the U.S. meddling. Daniel Price, I beg to differ. A lot of these countries on a shoestring budget in America is propping them up. I don't think you really know about America, dog. I don't like Grand Theft Auto, none of that shit. One man's ego had a ripple effect. Trump is aligned the U.S. with genocide. Yep. And got people thinking that, you know what I mean? It's on some cult of the fucking personality. Trump has really created a cult of the personality. So it makes everybody that like Trump act nasty and treat Americans nasty because that's what Trump's giving. Damn, that's crazy, Viking. Yep, the video games. But, you know what I mean? Okay, Space Dust just dropped the Hey Viking, did you get over there and join the discourse? Get over there and join the discussion. Viking got a little, you know what I mean, something popping over there on the BMC discourse channel. Y'all show the support. We need 50 people to get over there and support. And when I mean support, I don't mean subscribe. Support, because support is support. No matter, you know what I mean? Like my family, when we drop the, you know what I mean, live here, when y'all see that red line pop up, I got supporters here. So can y'all get over there and show some support? Space Dust got the BMC discourse over there popping. Greatly appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of dope channels and got a little music thing popping over there, the smoking lounge. Go politic, have a good time, man, as Americans. We ain't got to always get up here and fuss with each other and go back and forth and who can piss the farthest. They ain't always got to be a pissing contest as Americans. I mean, That Gore type shit, Viking. That Gore type shit. Okay, salute. Okay, as we go on in this live, Space Dust is going to be giving y'all a brief synopsis on what's going on at the BMC discourse. Yeah, but group homes and stuff like that are concentration camps also, because them kids are held. You know what I mean? Yeah, he called Africa that shit. Remember, he had Africans over here. They was looking crazy. The only one that the media perceived the show was standing up to him was the one in South Africa. And do y'all realize why he was the one standing up to Donald Trump? Why was the head of South Africa the only black man that was standing up against Trump? Well, not standing up against, just saying something about speaking. Boot camp they ass. Them young dudes that beat up that old man, that was not motherfucking gangster. They need their ass whooped. Barbarette, I ain't heard from you in a minute. What's up? I'm on the East Coast. You know that's where I'm at, Barbarette. What's up with you? Kamala, chilling Kamala. What's up with you, family? Hey, y'all, what y'all think about what's going on in New York? Y'all know that the subways are flooded. You know, that shit is electric. That shit might kill some people that's down there, homeless people. That might make the water crazy that's down there. Do you think they New York is experiencing weather warfare, you know what I mean? Like it's flooded and then that Canada smoke. You know what I mean? You think there's a method to that madness? They trying to sabotage Mandani. Because now, with them being flooded, the streets being flooded, New York is going to have to come up with the money to pay for this shit. Either Mom Donnie is complacent with it, and they trying to clean off the streets of New York on some sly shit, or they trying to make Mom Donnie look like a fool when he don't have a solution on how to fix this shit because he had a background in democratic socialism. He don't got a background in solving the problem. He got a background in replacing it. That's crazy, man. Yeah, Canada smoke, my G. The Republicans in Oklahoma have just voted again banning child marriages. Wow. I'm pretty sure Joe Biden got somebody to do that for him, man. What about Donald Trump? Smash that like, y'all. I'm not really up on the child marriage conversation, but I'm gonna give y'all something. Europe has its birth in child marriages. When the kids be like 9 years old, they betroth them to 50, 60-year-old men. You know what I mean? That was you know what I mean? That was practice universal, fam. Viking. Florida's different, man. Florida, all Floridians, even the white ones, have that original black native in them. That's why they wild as fuck. Y'all would not realize it. That's why a lot of white people in Florida consider themselves Native Americans and Indian type shit. Because they know and realize that in them swamps, that's where them real black people was at. The city of St. Augustine was the first city in the United States, and it was built by the Moors to conduct business with the black natives that they eventually called them the Seminoles, which came from Cimarron, which means runaway. And that's what the Moriscos was calling them, because they was speaking that Spanish that they learned from the white Iberians in Spain. You know what I mean? The Moriscos had been coming to, you know what I mean, this side of the world for eons, my G. Y'all gotta do some history, man. Jerry Lee Lewis. Coal miner's daughter, even. All of them. Loretta Lynn. Shit. Exactly. Burt Reynolds was half black Seminole. Salute. And Burt Reynolds was a bad motherfucker. He had the bitches too. That's my dude. Burt Williams had that mustache. He had the bitches. Shout out Burt Williams. Y'all don't know about Burt Williams. Remember when Burt Williams had that cannonball ring? Man, remember they had Burt Williams on the Big Goat Cup at 7-Eleven. Shout out Burt Williams, man. Burt Reynolds. Shout out Burt Reynolds, man. Okay, the subway flood every year. Okay. But is it smoke involved and all this other shit? Okay, Creek Seminole. Okay, Barbarette. No, Creek Seminole are nothing less black natives. You do know that, right? Creek Seminole, Muskogee. They come from from Florida all the way around to like Cozumel, Mexico, where the resort at. Muskogee Indians. Google it. Black natives to that border. We let some United States borders define how we think, and then we let some books or cowboy movies define how we think what a Native American is. You know, they came in all colors, like that fist I'm pumping. Native Americans came from the lightest of the light, even the ones that looked like Chinese. It was from all over the world as well. You understand what I'm saying? But they only tell you that they came from the Bering Strait. They were some Mongolians. Fuck no. And it's closer to come from, I mean, the best little whorehouse in Texas. Yeah. That was a dope one too. That's when working 9 to 5 when they was promoting DEI. That movie with Dolly Parton working 9 to 5, that was a DEI promotional movie. Now wasn't it? Who remember that shit? Peruvians are dark. All of them dark, fam. They just got all the black what's the names out of there? What's that shit everybody talking about Trump and them going over there? Peter Thiel just moved there. KD, what's up, fam? What's up with you? What's up with you, Amaru? Ian, what's up with you? Ian, what's up with you? All good here, just sitting on the porch watching the kids play. About to go to the fire up, the grill. Okay, that's what it is. My boys went to the big Chuck E. Cheese today. It's the God Rakim, 7th too. This is a special day, y'all. This is a special day for the God Rakim. This is 7th, you know what I mean? If y'all familiar with the 7th letter, you know what I mean? In the Supreme Alphabet. Go Google the Supreme Alphabet and look at, you know what I mean? The 7th letter in the Supreme Alphabet, yeah? The Bunny Ranch. The Bunny Ranch sucks. Good day for the barbecue. Not too hot or cold, right? It's 79 degrees. Mostly cloudy here. It get a little sprinkle. Turtle Island. For sure, Barbara. We got a lot of participants in this stream that know about Turtle Island too. Sassy Mo is a staunch Turtle Island. You know what I mean? Also, KD. Until we start dropping that on our family about the Turtle Island, because I caught onto it from some brothers from out of I think they was from New Jersey, where they was explaining that they were native, black natives. I think they was with the Oneida. Yeah, the brother Rakim, man. The God is a special day for him. It's the 7th letter. That Home Out on the Range by ZZ Top. Hey, yo, you know what? You know what's so crazy? Before Rick Ross had the big beard, the boss, ZZ Top was known for them big ass beards, man. Every time, man. Yeah, man. Moving on up, family. That's what it is. Yeah, Viking. And also in South Carolina, I lived down there for 5 years with the Geechees and Gullahs. St. Helena Island in South Carolina, Kalawasi. You know what I mean? They got a black center of learning called Penn Center that's in Beaufort, South Carolina. Y'all Google what Penn Center is. But they got what you talking about, the Sapio Islands in Georgia. That's right across the border. Savannah, Beaufort, and Charleston is the belt where they brought most of the Africans that came to America. They came here, and when they brought them here, or from the Caribbean, you could tell from you run across a Geechee. They are all along that coast so thick. They got dreads. They talk like they're from Jamaica all day, and they got good hearts. But if you fuck with them, they'll beat your ass. I mean, yeah, South Carolina, Beaufort. Yeah, I was in Beaufort for 5 years. My daughter from Buford just graduated this year from college. They got good hearts down there. But they love to smoke, drink, fight, party, chill. And when you talk to them, it seems like they Jamaicans. They be like, you know what I mean? It's different from any other black person that's on the planet. I mean, cause they American like Jamaican type motherfuckers, and that's real. You then you if you go there, then your thoughts on that. All of us came from Africa change. You can tell that they had some interaction with Native blacks and African blacks, and they're keeping both of the traditions strong because they got two different sides of them. They got that side where they can assimilate into normal America because a lot of them, that's what they teach their kids. Go out and get college degrees and do your thing. And I have experienced it. I know a lady that worked at Paris Island Marine Base for 60 years. And that's for real. She worked there literally for 60 years. She had a plaque on the wall. I was like, 60 years? What the? Exactly. You know what I mean? When she get up in the morning, it sounds like you on the plantation. She say, oh, Lord. Heart good as gold. Had to deed about 20 houses in the neighborhood. Great businesswoman. People coming sitting on her porch trying to get there, gonna get her to get some money up like the Godfather. I seen it happen like 100 times. Not in repetitions like every day, but every other day down there, somebody got their hand out because they knew, you know what I mean? She was like the queen of the hood. As my people's kinfolks. That shit crazy. You had the Bush Beard King Fire. Okay. Yep, they was part of it. And you know about the Yamasees. The Yamasees from out of right next in between Charleston and Buford. There is two things. There's the Yamasee Black American Native Reservation, and there's a monkey farm. That shit crazy. Those people ain't even got a goddamn Amtrak station. They let you off at the railroad crossroads in Yamasee. But that's what the boxer Joe Frazier is from. And shout out my G Henry Frazier from off of Green Street in Buford, South Carolina. He was straight Geechee too. That's one of my G's, man. He got taken out. He went out of prison 3-4 days before he got killed. That's crazy, man. And when I was staying in Buford, he the one that turned me on to even further across the bridge in Georgia to Savannah. If y'all ever go to Georgia, don't go to Atlanta. Atlanta is, if you're going there to, you know what I mean, you know, do that. Other than that, Atlanta outside or the Bankhead and all that shit, it's skilled separation, man. It's regular. I mean, it's nothing like all that shit T.I. and them talk. I'm from Bowen Homes, all that's projects and stuff like that. Buckhead in Atlanta is too expensive, and like I said, if you're going there to engage in that culture, then do it. But if you really want to experience what is like the southern east that'll be different, go to Savannah. Them motherfuckers is just like the Geechee Gullah out of Buford, because it stretches all the way down there, you know what I'm saying? Salute. A lot of people don't know that the Confederates were black natives at first. Their confederation of the Cree and the Creek, the Blackfoot, the Yamacraw, the Yamasee. You go to Savannah, they got a project called the Yamacraw Projects. And it actually used to be where black native Indians came from, but they changed the name of it from the reservation to not give them no money and call it the projects after Johnson took back the 40 acres in a mule from those black natives there that was slaves. Go Google it. The Yamacraw Projects. It's right on the water. It's motherfucking, who the fuck puts a fucking project on the waterfront? You feel me? Y'all know that's where all civilization starts, from the waterfront, being able to do commerce quickly. That's why you got to know that a lot of these cities was already here before these Europeans came, because they wasn't inept in surviving here. But how did they bring some people they alleged from Africa to just start building this motherfucker from them for free, and already knew what to do and how to use the herbs and the wood and I mean the pathways? How did they manage to train these people to do all this shit? But they didn't. You know what I mean, it makes no sense. What's going on with you, fam, BZ? Privilege is not holding black back. That's just an excuse they want us to use. Okay, that's what it is. But we're not talking about privileged as in white privilege. We're talking about privilege as in the pronoun. People that have something. That's why I took the white off of it, family. This doesn't have nothing to do with black. I said us all, not black people. This in privilege meaning the pronoun as a person that's privileged. Everybody that's white Everybody that's privileged is not white. It's some Chinese privileges, some white people, black people that are privileged. I mean, that means they getting the finer things. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about white privilege. That's why I changed it, so I can make it more pinpoint what I'm talking about. White and black privilege, that's the struggle that'll never be solved, because white people and black people are the buffer for all other Americans. I mean, when other Americans look at the scale of what an American is, they look at either white people or black people. You understand? So now I'm saying our privilege. That's why I took the white out of it, because in a sense, I was kind of like dissing some of my white people that's in here by saying white privilege and they bills late. They're not white privilege and they're not getting that. I'm saying privileged as a pronoun, not a verb, fam. Smash that like. Yup, we set up settlements along the water. My grandmother's house is on the river, ran behind it, and we were also connected to the Eno tribe, a tribe along with other tribes. We traveled through the water. Yeah, my people's from the Dismal Swamp, fam. Google Bad Quarter in the Dismal Swamp in Virginia. Straight out of the swamp. They ain't want to come in that swamp. They ain't want to come in that water and fuck with my peoples. And my family name on my grandma. I mean, because it go by your mama. Whoever your mama was, that's who you are. We got to stop thinking of that father shit. Whoever your mama is and your grandma, you know what I mean, that's who you are. And my grandma was straight motherfucking wild Indian, as they like wild native. That is why I took the white privilege off of it, because it's privilege. And that ain't no color, is who can get enough debits and they allow you to come on up and sit with them and tell your debit chip's gone. To kick your ass out. That was my mistake though. And to all my white Americans, they be coming here like, you're racist, because I'm not. But I'm gonna speak the peace and I'm gonna speak the truth. White folks wasn't so good to black people. They never have been. But that don't mean that we can't be good to each other as Americans, dog. That's the shit I'm talking about. A lot of y'all coming here, you don't know what you're talking about. Black people, fuck that. No, baby, fuck that. Know what I mean? I ain't trying to hear it. But, I mean, and realization that a great deal of my peoples come through here. All different nationalities. Let's tone it down a little bit. So I'm not saying you might not see that white privilege thing pop up again, but you know what I mean. I know that sometimes it's offensive, and I ain't trying to offend. I'm trying to wake y'all ass up, man. So out of privilege holding you back, let's take the white black out of the occasion. Right, but that's what I'm saying. What's the secret? So we share the sauce for those of us that know how to get it out of mud. My grandmother called my grandfather my daddy just the other day. Wow, you miss your grandfather? They already lived in civilization, had educations. Just look at all that was. Okay, exactly. Like when they be, this was how they get in these people. They say the Seminoles had their own alphabet, right? They give you this Seminole by the name of Tecumseh. Okay, they say he had his own alphabet, right? When did he have time to create an alphabet? If he just popped up around 1815, 1812, when Andrew Jackson and them was trying to exterminate them with the Geechee Gullah Wars in Florida. When did he have time to do all of this shit? And if he had all of that, don't you think he had some kind of stability? Who was he creating an alphabet for? Was it to, I mean, who was he? Who was going to raise them kids, right? So simply for an alphabet, it had to be some kind of education system so that they can conduct business, right? And y'all are not seeing this. And they say that the oldest city in the United States is St. Augustine, which is in Seminole territory. Go Google what St. Augustine is. And Augustine, and they also have one of those star forts there. You're like, the English did not build that shit. That shit looks like something else. You can tell that it's some Moorish. See, now instead of them giving the Moorish people their props as being all over the world before them, they'll say they don't know who it is. It must have been a group of lost white tribe. Like in Africa, they had some shit in Nigeria somewhere. And like the Benin Wall, the dude said it must have been a lost tribe of white people that built this shit. It couldn't have been black people. Like, ay, ay, ay. Smash that light. Exactly, Fambo. And also, he just got the key to get over here from the Spanish Pope, Borgia. I mean, Cesare Borgia got the key to send his picture over here as Jesus Christ. Ferdinand and the great Queen Isabella, who had the black folks in her, beat them in 1492 at the for the city of Granada. That was the last stronghold. Okay? On the Andalus. Smash that like, man. Do your history, man. Take that poll too, fam. Take the poll, please. Can JD Vance beat Kamala in 2028? Christopher Columbus sucks. Ain't nobody giving his props for what? He mythology too. Some people say he was Jewish. Some people say he couldn't have been Jewish. He was Morisco, if anything. Because you got to break Christopher Columbus down to who he was. If he was all that great, why did he end up in jail? They put Christopher Columbus in jail. Isabella and Ferdinand. Go do your history on that. They put Christopher Columbus ass in jail. Why? No, you are dead wrong, John. The Europeans learned everything they know by way of the African and Black Arab Moors that took over their continent for 900 years. Go Google what the Andalus was. It had them taking baths. It taught them herbs and medicine, anthropology, whatever that shit is. It even taught them alchemy, all the sciences. They taught them that it was planets out there and how to look up at the stars. What are you talking about? Yep, Sassy Mo. Yep, that's a short what he was. You ain't lost his hell at the KD. Hell no. Europeans came out of the Dark Ages because of their interaction with the Moors. But what's so crazy is that's where they learned all their fucking tricks of the trade. Not only were they hungry men and angry men, they learned the tricks of the trade from some other hungry and angry men. And they used it to their advantage. And don't beat them. If you can't beat them, join them. That's why, look at their artwork. For a whole goddamn 2 or 3 centuries, it looked like they was drawing newspaper cartoons where everybody else was drawing perfect, of the world. Their pictures look different. It's because they were stuck. They came from American culture to spread to Africa. The roots came from here. Right? Ain't that crazy how Black American culture has taken over Africa, but we supposed to be African. We use Arabic numerals, right? No. Math did not take off in Persia. Math is from Egypt. You know what I mean? Kush. The Dogon tribe in Western Africa. Go Google the Dogon tribe. Math is from Africa, dude. And also, Saudi Arabia is Africa. It's Northern Africa. Those people are closely associated with Africans, family. Okay, you doing your thing too, Space Dust. Hey, KD, you on Discourse. Get on Discourse, man. And hit up the BMC. You know what I mean? Space Dust got it popping over there, family. Get over there and hit it up. Show that support, man. Yup. The Mers. The Lumerians. You can never explain it to them because they got in that fantasy world that they really was great. And even the ones that came to America was not lit. And I'm not dissing my fellow Americans, but I'm just keeping it real and keeping it historically accurate. The people that they brought here from Europe won't know whether they was of color or not. They were not definitely lit. That's why they was expendable. It's like the people they send to Mars is going to be expendable people. Math is definitely from Africa. Yep, on top of Turtle Island, fam. Space just dropped the link to the Discourse. Y'all get over there and show that support. There's a few different levels he got popping off of there. The Mers did. The ancient people that they keep telling y'all, calling them the Latins and all that. Even have you ever listened to Edgar Casey? He'll kind of explain that shit to you. Go check out Edgar Casey. You said that Hiawatha. Are you a guy? Because you know, what's Hiawatha? Was that a girl? Or was that Hiawatha? Remember, Soon Green, Camp Hiawatha. Remember that shit? Smash that light. And you seem to, I mean, Sassimo, you say that shit every day, and that's so true. They gotta study black history. Indigenous people, 15,000 years ago, ancestors of modern Native American tribes, was the original discovered inhabitants of the continent, spreading through North and South America. Yep, the Mers and the Moors are not the same. The Mers are like Lemuria, ancient. They're a little bit more ancient. The Moors, let's speed it up. They kind of brought Europe into civilization. They introduced Europe into the rest of the world. Because before that, they was in little wooden houses. They brought the stone buildings and the math to build them. Now, I mean, that's why Masons call themselves Masons, because they're Muslim sons. And you'll see some of them wear the little fez, especially the British ones. We write with Arabic numerals. But guess what? You write with Arabic numerals, and then you go look and see what Arabic numerals got. They who taught them? The Phoenicians. Another part of the, I mean, the Mers of the Phoenicians. The Phoenicians taught them that. That alpha, that beta. I mean, the alpha beta, that's the Phoenicians. Lambda, mu. The Moors, lambda, mu. Mu, lambda. Y'all, man. Let John do it, man. Let John be John, man. You know how that shit go. That, I mean, wasn't no white dudes by the Nile, man. You know what the word Kush is. You know what the land of Punt is. You feel me? Wasn't no Europeans out there in the desert, man. The Nile came, they got y'all mixed up. That was another thing too. The Nile Valley civilization came from the south. They came from Uganda. I mean, they came from like far off places like Nigeria and Zululand. That's what they came from. They came from the south up the Nile. They got y'all thinking the Nile upside down to justify that shit. Barbara, the Native American indigenous have been before Jesus Christ, Joshua was born. For sure. I thought the original idea for the alpha and beta was from Atlantis. Hell no. Alpha beta, that's Phoenician words. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. John, that is exactly where algebra comes from. But the Arabic word is no less Phoenician. Who's closer, Europe or Phoenicia and Saudi Arabia? They're the same people. They did trade together on the trade rights from Mecca and Medina all the way up to Sidon, um, Tel Aviv, those spots. They did trade. Y'all listen to the white people that make y'all think all these people were cut off from each other. Do you realize that the people that are in the Quran and the people in the Bible are kinfolks by the way of the tribe of Koresh? Google what the tribe of Koresh is, man. Yep, and myth. No, they thrive off of myth. They still believe in Johnny Appleseed planted some trees and um Pecos Bill rode a wildcat that had a rattlesnake in his hand and what was the lumberjack name? He had a big bull named Blue and all that shit. Nah, dog. Right. You can't name one European, you know what I mean, mathematician besides Newton. You know what I'm saying? They put Galileo in jail. They put Galileo in jail for the shit he was telling them. They didn't want to believe it because he learned from some black scholars. they was gonna put Galileo ass in jail because they didn't want to believe it. He learned that shit. Who taught Leonardo da Vinci? Moorish scholars. Remember, at the time when they was living, Spain was being controlled by the Moors, and northern Spain and all that shit was Moorish, as well as southern Italy. What we know as southern Italy now was Moorish territory. Leonardo da Vinci and them had, interaction with black Moors. You don't even know that. Y'all don't even realize that. Chilling, we just having a dope conversation. If you can see that, it's our privilege holding us all back. So many people are coming in, and immediately we so used to being programmed for white privilege. So many people coming in, but it's privilege. People that have privilege. You know what I mean? It's 21 of y'all in here, man. Double tap that stream, fam. All y'all join the Discord. That's right, Space Dust. Space Dust dropped the Discord link again, man. We trying to get it up to at least 50 people, man. There's 20 of y'all in here right now. Let's get us on the other side of 50 with this conversation, man. 21 of y'all. We fluctuating like cryptocurrency. Shout out all my super supporters that's in here, man. All my Americans. Yes, you did, Brian. You learned how to you learn how to take a bath and some more shit, man. And I'm being real with you. White people learned so much about hygiene, medicine, astronomy, banking, all of that shit. That's why they were so against the Knights Templars, because not only did they go get riches, they learned knowledge. That was they hold over the rest of Europe. These cats went out and did the same thing that the Vandals did, the Vikings and the Visigoths. They ran through Spain. They ended up in northern Africa, hit over there on the Levant. If you don't know what the Levant is, the Levant is like Jordan, what Israel at right now and all that, and they did they one twos. But I mean, it's up to you to look all this shit up, fam. Exactly. And when we build pyramids all over the world, Angkor Wat, Teotihuacan, you know what I'm saying? Egypt, Sudan. It's pyramids all over Africa, not just in Egypt. But you know, they like to snatch on the more, you know what I mean, Europeanize, the weaponize it. If they, because if they go too deep in Africa, there's no way in the world they can say, well, maybe it was a lost tribe of white guys that did this. And that's not being racist. It's just like, that's what's been given to us, man. All of us, even the white people. That's what we've all been taught. No, dumb people are the dumbest people, Barbarette. Dumb come in all colors, fam. I'm telling you, fam. It's dumb come in all colors, Barbarette. I know, Coach, but just look at their artwork and also in the civilizations. And you can't see that there aren't even any stone permanent buildings in Europe. Everything in Europe post like 10,000 AD or BC, or 10,000 AD, ain't no doubt. There's no concrete buildings. There's no stability. Europeans couldn't even feed their children. Black women breastfeed the babies, taught them. Ain't that crazy? A lot of those people, the Democrats started the KKK. You know, a lot of those slaveholders, their babies raised off of that good goddamn Big Mama goddamn milk. Big Mama milk. Remember, won't no goddamn store you go get no motherfucking cow milk. You gotta goddamn. Ain't it crazy? Humans are the only animals on the planet that drinks other animals' baby milk. I bet y'all never thought of that. Humans are the only animals on the planet that drinks other animals' baby milk. Wow. Smash that like. Shout out everybody coming through. Smash that like, y'all. Yeah, we got the mound builder pyramids. We got okay, we got the snake mound. We got a whole lot of shit, man, that they won't turn you on to. Yep, pyramids in China. Neat Machine, what's going on with you? Shout out everybody coming through showing BMC that support, man. Double tap that stream. Let's get us on the other side of 50. On the way to 100 right now. Trump versus Obama. Can JD Vance beat Kamala in 2028? What y'all think? Can JD Vance beat Kamala in 2028? Is either one of them even in the running for real? Like, the OMAC, the Z people, exactly, the rubber people. Yep. Fresh off the Yucatan Peninsula. You know what I mean? And this Chiquita banana, I keep showing y'all this shit. This Chiquita banana, this is the direct result of the Confederate people that lost, seemingly, allegedly, in the United States with the Civil War. This is the direct result of their interaction with the original people on the Yucatan Peninsula. Slave owners everywhere, huh? They went down there and enslaved those people, and they started the United Fruit corporations and companies, and they're known as the Banana Republics. The Chiquita banana, the little girl banana, you know what I'm saying? Smash that like. When y'all see the Moors, go look up a picture of a Moor. It's the epitome of a rapper. He got on more gold than Jay-Z, Tupac, and all of them put together. The finest of silks. Go Google what a Moor was, the people that was in charge of Europe for 900 years. Some smooth man of color, draped in silk, probably smelling like frankincense, because Europeans never heard of frankincense, myrrh, any of those essential oils. Tell me one place in Europe, the European peninsula, because it's not a continent. Tell me one place in Europe where they have the any kind of that something that smells good is the origin. Not even tulips, which are known for to be in Holland and stuff. They original from the Caribbean. Tulip flowers and all that shit come from the Caribbean. The NASA, yeah. Africa got the resources and the power they have. Africa's problem is they don't seem to realize it. They're so greedy they keep leasing shit out. Africa has yet to build a nuclear power plant. They have the Congo River is the #2 strongest river pool on the planet. Why don't they have a nuclear reactor on that shit? That shit will power, if not half of all of Africa, half of it. Mm-hmm. Why you say that, Bart? You say Vance would beat Kamala, so Rubio would destroy her. Why you say that? Kamala is smarter than Vance. I'm telling all Europeans is good for is sitting, stealing people ideas, and make some money off of the intelligence of indigenous, copper color, and brown people. Europeans are dumb. Okay, Barbara Rack. That's why they buried the history of the black people to keep people from no. Sassimo, both all y'all. I'm telling you, I believe that too. That's why they, instead of giving up history, they indoctrinated. They created the indoctrination. They gave people a base to combat everything that we said because it's what the government tells them. You know what I'm saying? They can say, no, the government said it. I learned it in school. You're wrong. I was taught. You know what I'm saying? Why do people love Obama so much? And Trump has taken middle class cash and given it to a trillionaire. You do realize all of y'all retirement fund, everybody's 401k is in a hedge fund that's been allotted to SpaceX to use for this space shit. So Elon Musk came and got a job at Doge, got fired, and became a trillionaire because he was allowed to take all of our information. He knows how much all y'all have in y'all 401ks, and they don't fucking put your shit in the IPO and invested your 401k into the shit. I bet you didn't even know that. I think Kamala need to run off of Kamala right now, not the Democrats, because they seem to suck. She need to get her a little niche, maybe even create a crew like MAGA, like some people that fuck with me. Don't, because no, all that political shit, we done seen that those political parties don't know what the fuck they doing. She need to start her own crew. Who are the Kamalas? I mean, she need to start her own little, like Abraham Lincoln had the Awoken, the Awakened. It was a crew of wild young white boys. Go Google it. They got a book about them, the Awakened. That was Lincoln Little Mob. I think Kamala need to get her own syllabus of how what she's offering it and what she's willing to do, whether it's women's suffrage or it's colored people suffrage or just American suffrage. She need to come with her own platform. She'll need to come with no more democratic ideas. She might even need to go outside of, the box and link with some people of different, you know what I mean? I don't know. But I know that she can win if she apply the right pressure. Because JD Vance and them, the only thing they got to stand on is that basically they was in a Trump legacy, seemingly. So that's why I say he might not win, because a lot of people don't want the Trump shit to carry on. That's why Kamala lost, because nobody wanted that Biden shit no more. All the presidents, the only one that I would say not bring back is Biden. I say somebody need to go dust Bill Clinton off of that, see what Bill been up to. Y'all like listening to 80-year-old men anyway. Shit, y'all got a fetish for old guys anyway. Bring back Bill Clinton. Get some head back up in the White House, man. Some leadership. That knowledge. Smash that light. They found the artifacts. But you know what's so crazy? People, like when you watch these history channels and stuff like that, that is part of the indoctrination. And in my opinion, I'm not saying this is true, but what I think, they got a lot of scholars and stuff that they give you on TV that is spitting a certain style of history. Like they do Hawass from Egypt. He a whitewashing motherfucker. And that's just my opinion. I'm not saying there's no truth to it, so I'm not slandering his name. I'm giving my opinion on. Like, there's a lot of Europeanizing of history. They spend a lot of money at that shit too, man. They spend a lot of money to keep y'all thinking that white people were the only people lit ever in history. Right? They spend a lot of money keeping you, making movies and putting people on shirts and making these talentless actors famous. None of them get rich. They do get tired of them and throw their ass away. That shit crazy, man. Well, shit will bring Bill back. Shit, he got experience in the Oval Office. Anybody with experience can do it. Why would a woman who has experience in all branches of government for decades, and somehow she called it like she saw it, and when she spoke about it, Trump is doing everything she did call it. But this is the thing. Why would y'all want somebody with inexperience? What was JD Vance before he was the vice president? Somebody with inexperience as opposed to somebody that has experience in the executive office. Cowboy Baby Yoda, what up? America is still superpower, says KD, to the day because of advancement in technology our people had. Notice this, after we fail, every other place in the world becomes technologically advanced, right? Yeah, like Charleston Heston, cowboy. Charleston Heston. Yul Brynner. You know, that was part of the indoctrination. Let my people go. That was part of the indoctrination. But, you know what I mean, they show you a white figure. His voice clearly was deep baritone, Barry White. Nor will Kamala. With the right instructions, you know that it all depends on who say what, on how they going to move anyway. With the right instructions, I think Kamala need to get into them with the military infrastructure. Didn't ask about Trump, but he out taxes for everyone. No tax tip, no tax on tips is only for the tip jar now, family, because you know that they don't even do tips no more. They changed the name and it's all in the wording. That's why you keep relating me to Africa and I'm just a black American. The wording now when they take the money, it's called gratuitous. Have you noticed that? How have you been out lately? They don't even do a tip no more. It's called gratuitous and it's tax on that. Let's look at the next receipt. And they'll give you a gratuitous of 10% or whatever the fuck you spending. In some places, 15%. Why you say that? She'll make it soft. The military is already soft and weak. That's why they wouldn't have, if it wasn't already gay, they would not be having an issue with kicking people out or saying, don't ask, don't tell. If there was not already a problem there or a substantial amount of people in it. And it's crazy, when they needed them, they, you know what I mean, what y'all don't not realize, the reason they want them out now, because with the advance of all these new Navy vessels and Army vessels, they need less people to conduct business. So they trying to weed out all the potential, you know, all the phobias that these people have. Now they are the collateral damage. All the phobias that the military people have, they want them all straight. They don't want them, none of them looking at each other dicks. None of that stuff. And when they need them to, they bring them back in. Don't ask they'll tell. We need to make our forces look big. You ever thought of that? H minus. No gratuity. They put that shit on your receipt here as your tip. That ain't no when there's so many people. Gratuity is the tip now, dummy. Have you been out lately? Ain't that crazy? Smash that light. Swin dog, you came in with a new word, oppression. Nobody said oppression in 2 days. You come in, there's no oppression. Wake up, dude. Yeah, I am a server. When there are so many, sure you a server. That don't you just trying to use crucial point. When there's so many guests, a party, we add gratuity to the bill. Well, you must be in a small town, and where I go to eat, they add it to the bill anyway with the price. You a server. Damn, you just switched up just to prove that lie. Cut it out, dog. Well, guess what? I'm a consumer. I'm a customer. You just a worker. And your boss is my man. We shouldn't even be talking if you just a server. I only talk to bosses. Put your boss on the phone. With your yes man ass. Yes, I'm a server. Right, and that's that exactly, James. Who cares, H minus? That's the problem. You so busy worrying about a color, and you worrying about the wrong color. It's get money, make money. It's seemingly the LGBT plus have got that down pat. They know how to make money, and they got a war chest. That's why it seems like they're running shit. And they're gonna allow the Democratic Socialists to seep in because you know what? The LGBTQ is probably packed when the Democratic Socialists meet up because they want some get back on people like you that keep singling them out as Americans. Smash that like the gay mafia. Come on, man. Gay people are a mainstay in America, and there's nothing wrong with them. Homophobia is the person that I'm looking at funny. Are the homophobes? Usually, She know how to do a lot. She was the vice president. Believe that. She can push them buttons. You better bet it. I'm on the team of BMC, homie. I don't take sides. I give my opinion. I mean, I have no problem with LGBT community until they walk into a church and try to change it. Right. It's okay. I got you. Until they try to weaponize that. That's what I ain't got no problem with nobody. White supremacists, anybody. Until they weaponize it against me and mine. Do you? But if you weaponizing it, shit. Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't. LGB gay people. You know what I mean? Bisexual. That's what it is. They like to get freaky. I don't care about that. But the other those letters in that plus sign, they seem a little bit more frisky bisky. I don't really understand them, so I'm not gonna support them. But my lesbians, my gays, and my bisexuals, I will support them in whatever they do because they're just Americans. They're just people. They're just, I mean, normal. That's normal. I don't understand the trans and queer and the plus. But you know, the LGB, the ones what I understand are super loyal because I got LGB in my family. Super loyal, loving, I mean, love to get money, love to have fun, and they're just like everybody else. It's just your sexual preference don't got nothing to do with your politics. It shouldn't anyway, unless you let your morals get in the way of looking at what is just, I mean, human nature. You feel me? If you got fucked up morals, I mean, two gay guys will adopt a kid and then say they are conservatives because of family values. Man, you making a statement so broad, Meek. Two gay guys that are married are just like a man and woman that is married. They have their ups and the downs. One is gonna be the femi and one's gonna be the masculine. It's just, I mean, would it be better if they went back to don't ask, don't tell Americans? Because that's what seemingly what's happening here. Would y'all feel better if they went back to don't ask, don't tell Americans? That's what we need to be. Don't ask, don't tell. I'm American, dude. Yep, every Sunday. Yeah, gay, bisexual, whatever. As long as it does not infringe on what I'm doing, I don't care what you are. Do you? Know what I mean? And more likely, they know how to learn their own. Know what I'm saying? Who cares if two gay guys adopt a kid? Dude, who cares? Yeah, they don't ask, don't tell, whoever ended. But remember, that was, so where are those people at? They got all of them out now. You better tell us. And remember, it went from don't ask, don't tell to you better tell us. Remember, they just gave the gay people a deadline. What was the deadline last year that all the gay people had to be out of the military? It went from don't ask, don't tell to you better tell us. That's gonna be another one of my topics too. Don't ask, don't tell till you better tell us. Smash that like. The current president ain't in charge of the Americans. I don't know who doing that one. Maybe Elon Musk is, but Donald Trump is definitely on the side of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the military. He's making all military moves. Just look at everything he's doing. Why do you think the military not on TV saying, why the fuck is Trump got us doing this? Or we're not doing this? Because they got Trump as the face of what they doing. Trump is now officially out of the helping the people MAGA into, you know what I mean, helping the military infrastructure go on all these military campaigns now. They've been itching for a fight and to put all this implementation of all these weapons and stuff that they have to work. Similarly, it's done backfired on them. And I got a live where we're going to be talking about that. So if you're interested, make sure you catch us when we discuss this. But right now we're discussing, can JD Vance beat Kamala in 2028? And for those of us that catch this on the replay, make sure y'all hyping up these lives. Y'all hype up these lives, hit the discourse Space Dust got the discourse popping over there. Get over there and give your opinion. Who divided America? He got a lot of little, caveats, shall we say, over there at the Black Money Court discourse. The link is being dropped. I think it's posted also. But you know what I'm saying? Jeremiah, what are you talking about? And the women president will not. Hey, yo, Jeremiah, Trump is the supreme puppet because he is a puppet of the military. Them people. He ain't doing shit for the Republicans or the Democrats. Jeremiah Brown, I think you need to move out of the U.S. because the female president would control this country. Trump is not smart than a 3-year-old. You say the feds complaining about him? Wow. Man, I think that the Democratic Socialists got everybody fussing, and they taking a page out of America's political playbook. They got everybody fussing. You know what I mean? Why they taking over? That's who I think is the biggest threat in politics right now. Is the fucking Democratic Socialists because they're gonna have to align themselves with the military political infrastructure, and then we're gonna be on some USSR shit because once the Democratic Socialists align themselves with the military, which they probably already are, and they're just waiting on the time to put that particular leader in place. Now, once they do, anything that they do, we ain't gonna be able to buck on it because they're gonna have the backing of the military. That's why whatever Donald Trump talk shit and do all this shit, Americans can't do shit because Donald Trump has the fucking backing of the military. Smash that light. Jeremy, you must be like 17. Everything can't be about gay people, man. You gotta smarten up, man. You must be like 17, man. You got to be young. Smash that like. Let's look at the poll. Kamala Harris, 28%. JD Vance, 39%. Bring back Obama, 14%. Bring back Trump, 19%. Okay. Usually they never do anything they campaign on, which is why some of MAGA has been finally turning on Trump. And that's what I was saying about the MAGA and Trump. Anybody that comes in here and says King Trump, Daddy Trump, or any of that shit is crazy if they have one bill late. They should be sitting on top of the world, just invested in some gold and got a return. Ain't no unrealized gains on nothing they doing. It should be all realized gains. If they're claiming Trump is their daddy and Trump is just the smartest man on the planet. When I read that, when somebody text that shit, I was like, wow, this shit is real. Yep, they're gonna reap it. Right though, Jeremiah. But you see, all the idiot stuff you've been saying, that is true. They all gonna say the same shit. And it's always gonna be the same shit. Trump is smart. 2020 Trump and his allies tried to undermine the election. They put 84 fake electors convicted. But John, Trump said China did it. Trump said he really won the Biden election. He said China did it. So what? Somebody lying. Yup, Trump said China interfered with the election. That explains 6 different Chinese dudes were taking turns wearing a Biden mask for that day. Wow. Hey, remember the Chinese was getting arrested like a motherfucker for selling weed and racketeering all over America about 2 years ago? It was so many Chinese like weed and fucking with money, and then some Chinese people was going doing the credit card shit in the stores where they buy up all the credit cards and zoom them with fake accounts and shit. China was turning into the new Russia. Remember the Russians at one time? We was painting them as going around the country. Remember the Russians killed Denzel on Trading Day. Man, the politicians they got put on a pedestal. They've been given the keys to the house now. The MAGA and the Democratic Socialists took over. Donald Trump people and the Democratic Socialists took over the Republicans and the Democrats as the face of America. Because I can't think of one Republican that I could be like, yeah, I fuck with him. Or one Democrat, I fuck with him. But I know one Democratic Socialist that a lot of people associate themselves with that stuff. And it's like a subgroup that's getting bigger and bigger. But because to be a Democratic Socialist, it encompasses all kind of Democratic Socialists. From the extreme white nationalists to the far left LGBTQ plus. All of them are among the people that are Democratic Socialists. That's going to be their power. And all of them also, some of them are Democrats, some of them are Republicans, but the LGBTQ plus is going to be the common denominator for all those people. I'm telling y'all, the Democratic Socialists, they got a lot of people under their banner. Damn, 5 million got that on 11,000 votes. The United States is the New Jerusalem. Because Kamala Harris got the most experience. That's why she's among a group of 40-something white guys. She's the only woman of color. That's why they should go back, get behind her, as opposed to handing it to some white guy who couldn't muster up enough popularity to even be vice president. That's why if they had enough gall to make her the vice president, why not the president? Y'all not making sense. That's why you held back at your job, because you'll always think like you can never be the boss. That's the way you're trying to tell that lady she should want to. That's the next level, ain't it? She was the vice president. Why shouldn't she be the president? Let me get a hand at it. I was standing beside dude. Let me stand over here where he was at. Yep, Trump is a straight taker. He said he gaslighted everything to say don't believe the hype. You need E-Sharp when around and found out all Trump and his administration. Right. That shit crazy, fam. But why disrespect her as she conducted business as she should? Why disrespect her? That's what's so crazy. We make up all this shit. Other countries are gonna disrespect her. No, because you would disrespect her because she's a woman, and that's all that's behind. Why? I don't understand that. Why respect the Mexican president but not Kamala? Mexico doing pretty good for themselves. I mean, Margaret Thatcher did pretty good for her country. Why not say like they did Margaret Thatcher? They didn't disrespect Margaret Thatcher. So why disrespect Kamala? That's what America has a problem with. I mean, not showing the proper respect because we caught up in that straight white Protestant male ideology that was festering fucking America up for so long. And now that we're taking a chance as Americans to step outside of that box, a lot of y'all don't want to, conform to it. But women have just a place in politics and in leadership as well as men, dude. Abusive men and weak men, feel her. And people that are selfish and narcissistic to themselves. That I mean, not knowing and knowing that no matter who in charge, it's still gonna be ran the same way. Yeah, all colors. Smash that like yeah, narcissistic ways. And being a male chauvinist. Does anybody believe that Donald Trump is actually in charge of the United States? He 80 years old. He ain't carrying on nothing but what they tell him. And we probably don't even get what they tell him regurgitated by the real Donald Trump. He probably sleep in his bed watching old reruns of goddamn The Price is Right. We probably getting a Donald Trump clone every time. The same way that Kamala was switching her voice and acting different when she get around people. Best believe at the highest level, even for security, they got clones for particular regions where Donald Trump is so that he'll be able to amalgamate and spit their lingo out franco. I bet you. You think they ain't got no fucking Donald Trump clones and what's Saddam Hussein's son name? Uday? He had fucking Uday clones. You think they don't do everything that you see some other country does? Believe United States is not only the leader in technology and what's trendy, they also are the leading people in weapons of war, espionage, and deceit. So if you see Uday Hussein with these stand-ins and doubles, best believe Donald Trump has a million of them everywhere. He ain't even got to get up. All he got to do is look. Oh yeah, oh that's Canada. That's my Canada clone. You know what I'm saying? Believe that. He 80 years old. He got more virility than anybody else I know that's 80. He's on TV every day doing something like, and ain't never, and it's crazy. It's sort of like some Hitler shit. We never heard them say Donald Trump was super down. 80 years old. Shit, some of y'all 23 years old right now laying in the bed eating soup. My sinuses are, oh my God, and I got gonorrhea. I mean, what the hell? Why do I want her to be the president? I wouldn't mind it. I want a lot of people to be the president. Anybody that can win and not be ridiculed or already before they even start, it'll be a bunch of stuff about her femininity or what she did in California and stuff like that. That's why I want her to win because she's an American and that's her right to win and not be prejudiced against because of who she is. You know what I mean? Because what she is a politician that has made some great achievements. It's crazy how y'all downplay her achievements and, you know what I mean, upgrade everything else that's supposed to be bad with her. You know what I mean? Yep. Meet American women, and if they're not even, in fact, working harder than American men. You know what I mean? Because they got so much other things to do. And if you go by the American way, that they're expected to do. Men wash dishes because they want to. Women are expected to be washing dishes, washing clothes, birthing babies, um, eating pipe up. You know, men are expected to work. And I mean, this shit is so backwards with the American culture. When I mean, it's like putting free thinkers in a box. Get in when you fit in. Sure, she's not a good speaker. Donald Trump's not a good speaker either. His clone is. Sure, she's not a good speaker. Y'all say that about Joe Biden. Joe Biden just gave up a hell of a speech the other day when he said, y'all Americans need to get up and fight. Stop playing. Y'all go check out that Joe Biden speech. Speaking as an American, he spoke, and I think I agree with everything he said. He said Donald Trump has been doing a lot of vanity projects, nothing that's going to help America, everything to glorify himself. He has been lining his pockets, not feeding the wolves. He's been a lone wolf lining his own pockets. Okay, that he's been warmongering, and he said it wasn't gonna be no new wars. It's a lot of stuff that he wasn't knocking Donald Trump. He was just pointing out, yo, y'all need to get up and fight. We done got lazy, man. And then he didn't say fight Donald Trump. He did the same thing Donald Trump would do. Joe Biden's sleeping. You can't believe lazy Joe. You know what they do. They old. I mean, they friends for real. He probably calls him and say, you got me with that one. Damn right I did. I'm telling you, if y'all that they gonna believe that these people are really enemies, you're the fool. If you think that Joe Biden Kamala Harris, J.D. Vance, and Donald Trump are enemies. You're a bigger fool than, you know what I mean? Trump has a Twitter who has a character. Yep. Everything is carefully crafted, and because he don't understand Twitter. That's somebody else thinking. That's his ideology. I mean, I'm serious. If you think that them motherfuckers ain't friends, you see how when they was at the Jimmy Carter jump, Donald Trump and Obama was, wrapped up like they was old school. Like, yeah, what? Oh shit, you got that shit too. And Kamala looked back at them. Her face was like, Obama, you pussy motherfucker. You notice Kamala and Obama, they hang, but they don't hang. Because it'd be a show of fire if Kamala was to go for president and Obama was to get behind her. He is the number one promoter for the Democratic Party. That's the motherfucker that y'all always come in here and compare to Trump, Obama. If Obama was to say, let's go, y'all, we ready to go with Kamala, do you, and I mean, 100%, do you know the buying power for Kamala goes up? Because Obama is, Republicans, all y'all love Obama. No, y'all can stop bullshitting. That's why y'all talk about him so much. You'll go in there with a MAGA hat on and push Obama if he was able to run. Shit, I doubt that. Kamala and Obama is the same thing. They was pacifiers. Obama was at the time, black people was getting so much prestige and power, they started having to break down our certain circles of wealth. Like our entertainers and stuff who amassed these crazy ass, bank accounts and stuff like that, but they had no power. They started stripping them of it. You know what I mean? First by degrading them and making them look stupid, accumulating up to what they did to P. Diddy. You know what I'm saying? But Obama was, we gave y'all a president of color. He black. And no, he's not black. He's born in Hawaii. He's Barry Soetoro. What's that name y'all call Obama? I be laughing about Barry Soetoro. And now, you know what I mean? But Obama was a pacifier and he was a diversion. While all that was popping off, the people that really was in power, the LGBTQ plus, snuck it in because they lobby. Who spends the most money is who wins. That's why it was so much big emphasis on how much Elon Musk spent with Donald Trump. What he spent? What they say Elon spent 33 billion, 300 and some billion dollars? For the fuck what? That's why you knew he was about to do some shit. He spent 33, a motherfucker billionaire don't give away money. They spend money to make money. So if he spent 30 some billion, that's why he got that trillion. You understand? He got fired from those, right? Then Donald Trump said, I fired him. They was beefing. Who the fuck get fired from a government job and like 6 or 7 months later becomes a goddamn trillionaire? That shit, y'all can't see that. And he left with all the Doge information. They never said, well, this is the old Doge warehouse where they have the machines with the information. No, believe me, he left just like the people that signed up for that Pokemon Go. Y'all remember that little game, Pokemon Go? That shit was go, all right. They done took all your data and analytics and sold that shit to an AI corporation. So you might have somebody looking like you in motherfucking Russia somewhere on a conference call about the guy they're gonna take all of your assets because of that shit. Not reading the fine line in these social media sites that we signing on to just because we want to see all the hot babes and you know what I mean. Of course he beyond rich. We just made him beyond rich. He backed by everybody 401k. Go research that shit. Y'all just be on the surface of stuff. Do not just take the picture and run with it. Remember, we in the future. It's augmented reality. Everybody worried about AI. Y'all about to be listening up and checking on AR, augmented reality. All of this shit is ain't no telling what we seeing. Elon didn't work for the government. He was like your next door neighbor kid who could walk with into your house because he was he was standing next to the president at the resolution desk. The only other people did that was the number one, like Obama. He had a lot of LGBTQ people at his inauguration. Donald Trump had all the oligarchy, all the replenishment center people there, all big business. It was Amazon, BlackRock, uh, Elon was there, Peter Thiel, Reddit, all the big business was with Donald Trump. They had his back. Look, we're gonna take this motherfucker over, and then we're gonna make it 99 degrees every day when we turn on that fucking power chip for the run our data centers. You know what I'm saying? This shit crazy. Y'all know it's a big pushback on them data centers. Motherfuckers is like, wait a minute, because look, we having a heat wave and nobody saying nothing about it. It's fucking 81 degrees right now, 6 o'clock in the evening. And that's because it's kind of cloudy, but shit, this one got up to like 97 degrees, 99 degrees. I have yet to look at it and see it at 100 degrees, but shit, I'm pretty sure it has been. I just won't paying attention. Smash that like, y'all. Why would Michelle Obama run? She would be a good supporter, but she'd be a bad politician because all she is proficient in is hearing what's going on and giving up information by way of pillow talk. So no, she ain't got really a background of what really goes on in the back room. You know what I mean? She's more or less a good supporting cast. You know what I mean? She can give a fair opinion of what's going on in America. Being a black woman, they seem to like experience it from the highest upper echelons to the lowest. Because, you know, I'm telling you, they like the backbone of America, the black women. Black women are the backbone of America. Because if they can feed some lazy wolves, as y'all call them, lazy lions, and then go train some goddamn lazy hound dog kids. Know what I mean? Some not so proud German shepherd smelling people. I mean, not just fucking with y'all. But seriously, if they can go clean up people's houses and, you know, them housekeepers was giving up game. You know what I mean? Shit, going to them white people's house and telling them what to do, man. Look, you need to go in there and slap the shit out of Jamie. I was cleaning up her room and she had a fucking weefer roach. I mean, or she might have been one of them motherfucking cool ass black ladies that know what it is. You can't stop them. You got to go in there and give her this pamphlet and give her the proper, I mean, caution of using drugs. Weed could be a gateway. You know, that type of shit. You say Trump won't concede. You think it's god damn. Hopefully he just leave, man. Hopefully he just says, take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. Gavin, I think Gavin Newsom got a chance. He seemed like a slimy ass motherfucker because the person that wins is gonna be the guy that can tell the motherfucking best lie. Whether y'all know it or not. The motherfucker that can tell the best lie, that's who'll win this shit. Let's get them likes up, fam. I don't know. Because remember, Trump talks shit because he got the big guns with him. It depends on how the military infrastructure feels about Trump and on what they need him for in 2028. And if Trump can manage to solve Iran, if they can manage to get Iran to concede or get some reciprocity with that, Trump will leave. But that is going to be his sticking point. Because then it's on the war. Ain't no we need to be talking about you know what I mean? It's on some the same thing that Ukraine and Russia, you know what I mean? We on some it's the new Vietnam War type of shit. Yeah, it's in effect, Sassy. America was divided by the American Communist Party that brought MLK and assassinated JFK. I go for that. They had something to do with it. You right. The MLK situation and the JFK situation. The military hurting. They don't give a fuck about their soldiers. They're soldiers. They're collateral damage. That's what they there for. To move. That's what these generals. They only good at moving pieces, man. They don't know how to deal with people. They're good at moving pieces and looking at maps. You understand? Half of them went to school. They never even did no combat. Because when the last time we've been in a real, you know what I mean, bang out besides our specialized shock troops? You understand? Shit, you got 30 years probably swabbing and poop that. You ain't got no medals or honor, do you? What was your position when you left them? And don't tell me gunny sergeant. You better have some medals on your chest and some motherfucking epaulets if you was in there 30 years. Or don't talk to me about it. I got 30 years of, you got me 30 years of telling me that you stayed in the bilge peeling potatoes like goddamn What's that fucking dude that always was peeling the potatoes? Beetle Bailey. Smash that like. Exactly, Sassy Mo. They want everybody to look a certain way. Sort of like all the Chinese people look Chinese. You get it? Y'all ever looked at it? You never seen a Chinese person that was black in the army. I'm gonna Google that shit. Have anybody ever seen how they be having the marches with the Chinese people? Have you ever seen a black person in that shit? That's crazy because there are black Chinese or even an Arab looking Chinese. Smash that like. Definitely, Sarah. Well traveled, definitely. Why? Well, what difference would that make? Shit. When I was a kid, they used to swear out I had some Chinese in me. You feel me? Ain't nothing wrong with it though. Have you, Sarah? All right. Probably not. Probably you went to some resort. Yeah, I was at the grill. Know what I mean? Hmm. The question, Sarah, let me ask you a question, Sarah. Have you ever had to ride with them things? Smash that light. You said he gonna beat her like a set of drums. Salute, Sarah. I like that. Thanks. You know what I mean for clearing that up. I like that though. I like your answer. Salute, Sarah, my fellow American, as my boy Steve says. That's what it is, family. Now the fact, just even, you know what I mean? You kind of, I'm gonna tell you something. Your answer would have been how I would have came back at you. You really did your thing as an American with that one. I like that though. We'll make you a moderator because it's for Americans. No matter if we disagree, we still can politic because that's what America's supposed to be about. A little town hall meeting or something. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it together. You know what I mean? 13 of y'all in here. Double tap that stream, fam. Show some integrity as Americans. Shout out Sarah. Salute for your answer, man. That was very, I mean, mature. Right, the world lives here. Everything comes to the United States either to display their wares, to sell their goods, or even partake of ours. But yeah, that was dope though. I mean, she didn't come back with no crazy ass. What did black people do for? You know what I mean? She came back in intelligence with it. So salute. And when you lived in Australia, what part of Australia was you in? Were you over there by the Aboriginals? Smash that light. The Democrats ain't working against nobody but themselves, Jim. The Democratic Socialists are working against America. Now the Democrats were just holding up seats. They ain't done shit but be Democrats. You know what I'm saying? Democratic Socialists, they're something new. But they been here, they old new. That's why no of our people, like the indigenous people or the Latino people, need to be in the U.S. military. It should be all white and Asian people. It shouldn't even be Asian people. Because remember at one time the United States military was all white. But you know what I mean? But now that times have changed and Americans are of all colors, it should be. You know what I mean? That's the way to level out the power. It should be of all colors, creeds, religions. Because America, if there's an American that's claiming American, if he's, you know what I mean, Punjabi American, it should be Punjabi people in the army. I mean, in the Navy, in the Space Force, in the Marines, in the Air Force, because we're the Americans. That's what I say. Because we always say the anti shit, so we don't need to be. No, we do need to be in there. We Americans, that's the thing. We need to get with the fucking ones that's trying to covet the positions, the privileged. You feel me? The supremacists, the nationalists. We got to get with them. And we need our proper representation. It's okay for you to be a supremacist, a nationalist. I mean, it's okay. But as long as you don't weaponize it, we Americans. That's what I say. I don't say they need to go make no all this and that army. That's crazy. Yep, it's own people, Sassimo. We crippling ourselves because we fuss all day. Who's the best, Biggie, Jay Z, or Nas? On the regular, we fuss all day about anything. No common ground, nothing. Unless I might take y'all back nostalgically. We'd go talk about Daisy Dukes and uh, the little curvy dog with the eyes and shit. Know what I mean? I only support American citizens. We need to take care of our own citizens first and foremost. No more funding other nations, and not just a little bit of our own, all of our own, and start crying about somebody's spending my money on food stamps. You know who's getting you know who's benefiting the most from EBT and SNAP is the corporations that accept it, because not only do they get the dollar value of the product that they are accepting into the SNAP program, they get tax on it, which they don't tax you, but the government, they tax the government, and they also get an incentive for contributing and engaging in the SNAP program. It's sort of like letting you use, if you know about it, debit or credit. Is allowing you to establish a line of credit just the same as an American dollar with a little bit of tax and levy on it. A lot of y'all don't realize that the corporations are the ones that are gonna feel the bite from that shit, because they're gonna lose that extra that they been getting out of their budget. If you understand it, it's nothing about Americans. They can put a number behind any of that shit because all Americans get it. So we'll spend a whole day fussing about who gets the most, but shit, all Americans get all of that stuff. But the biggest benefit turns out to be the product that the consumer is purchasing. I mean, it's the biggest goddamn on, and the person who has the product be the biggest benefit of that stuff. Smash that like, I'm serious. We so busy worried about giving somebody something or somebody getting more than them, to the corporation is getting way more, as well as some that the government is allowing them to do it as a way to whitewash the money. And then that corporation will pay the government a bunch of kickbacks, and the government to get that money right back that they gave them on the SNAP program. It's all a cycle. You got to understand politics and not just I mean, the surface of things. It ain't just white and black. I mean, big bank take little bank daily, homie. Barbarette says the reason why I said that because Asian people are against indigenous and Latino people, and Latino people are against blacks, and indigenous people are against Asian. You know what I mean? The saga continues. When America's gonna be for Americans though? That's what I'm saying. We can't be separating Americans. That's why we'll never get it together, because that type of shit. When Americans can't just be Americans, when will they take all these titles off of our names, and we won't be African Americans, English? I never heard of English American, but German Americans and Asian Americans. Y'all notice, for the most part, only the white people get a country on their name. The rest of the people, they get, you don't hear European Americans. They're called German, Irish, or whatever. You never heard English or British Americans. But or whatever. You know what I mean? Ain't that crazy? If another country decided to invade America, I truly believe the other country would have a hard time. No, they wouldn't, because there's so many of y'all that adhere to other countries' ideologies and preferences as opposed to being American. They'll have an easy time. They'll just get at their population there. They already do an inside job. We about to do this. You know what I mean? Y'all forget about America because y'all be selfish. I mean, yep. Credentials. What lie can you tell me that I somewhat my name is involved, that I'm benefiting? All we do is vote because what somebody tell us to do. When are we gonna start voting because we're benefiting? Smash that like, y'all, shut me out. Right, what are you gonna do for me? In the motor words of Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately? Ooh. Smash that like, y'all. I'm drinking 32 ounces of Modelo. Yep. But that's how they become billionaires from government subsidies. Government subsidies, no less welfare. They're propped up by the government. Even like General Motors. General Motors is a company that was created by the government out of who can do the best plans for like military equipment. And then they went from there. A lot of stuff that you see come out of their camp be like Hummers and all-terrain vehicles and a lot of leisure because it's all the government surplus. Y'all know any billionaires from General Motors? Any billionaires? Okay, 8 different countries, and ain't no place like America. Racism is just the same, and it's still shit. I'm talking about Americanism. Family, it ain't the same in that country. Damn that racism shit. That's the problem. We need to get over it, you know. But we will never get over it because it's constantly thrust in our face. And that's crazy. It's people in America that's hungry that make too much money. Wow. Maybe they need to look at where the money going. I think socialism plays a part of the nationalism of industries. Help state profit from industry's taxes. Yeah, but I don't want my shit nationalized. If I fucking create this crazy corporation, this S corporation, maybe I'm in travel and by way of travel, I done invested in tires and put a little bit on the oil stock. Like if I and amass this huge amount of money and I'm looked at as the bourgeoisie to these people, I do not want my wealth dispersed because I didn't break my back and get this money to go and pay into your program. I'll pay my taxes, but to pay into your program because you consider me the enemy because I'm rich. No, that is not the way to go. Y'all gotta stop. I mean, minimum wage. You know how stingy motherfuckers is? They can say anything on paper, just like politicians say anything. Then what they gonna do is another. You know how stingy motherfuckers it is? Especially when it ain't theirs and they trying to keep a little bit for themselves. It'll be the same thing with Democrats and Republicans. The Democratic Socialists will, because they have been the same thing for years. These people ain't just pop up. They just managed to get a stronghold when Obama bit the cheese with them and let them do what they do, in which they lobby. Anybody knows that the lobbyists are the ones who control the politicians. They lobby, they got their little rights, and now they don't manage to flip the Democrats and outside of they ain't even involved with the Democrats for real. Mom Donnie don't be with a bunch of Democrats. He be with a bunch of Democrat socialists and socialist supporters. That's in his little, subculture. Shit. You ain't seen nothing yet. They trying y'all with these socialists. Wait till the other factions get in power. The Democratic socialists that are the baby Trotskys and the baby neo-Nazi Hitlers that also studied all this ideology and political rhetoric and dogma. Wait till they get their chance. They waiting. They the foot soldiers. Watch. That's when you gonna see the clash of the Proud Boys and these white boys that adhere to it. Even some black people. It's gonna get crazy. Watch. That Democratic socialism is a different kind of vibe. But because you gotta know. Know what I mean? You gotta know that this shit is gonna be the tipping point. I think Democratic socialism gonna divide America. That's what's gonna happen. That shit is gonna divide America. Because a lot of people adhering it to it because they selling on that false dream of stability. But in order for something to be stability, it has to be some, fluctuation for even think of saying this shit need to be stable. It has to be, And out of that, that's what I'm saying. That might be what set off a rift, that democratic socialism. And that's my opinion on it. A lot of people want to adhere to it because it's trendy to talk about and stuff, but that shit ain't right. First of all, The dollar ain't worth a dollar anymore. Now you need two jobs and food stamps just to make ends meet. I was raised with one income where wages was $1.60 and was able to get on vacation and buy and you know what? The whole country was living like that, especially if you was in the black community because with the segregation, it kind of like kept us in a vacuum where out of necessity, and we couldn't go into the white speakeasies and into the white hotels and restaurants and have a white mailman, or and if we had one, he would put our mail at the front of the street. We had to create our own industry, our own, I mean, quality of life, our own medical facilities, even look at our own schools of learning, HBCUs, historical black college universities. Okay, they our own section of learning. You know what I mean? Salute, salute, salute. What's up, man? Salute. Oh shit! I just want some DoorDash shit, motherfucker. For instance, I just went on DoorDash. I just want some shit, man. Okay. Damn, you just came in here and got there go shot me with that. And I was wondering, oh shit, what's going on for instance? I just want some money on DoorDash, y'all. For sure. And what's so crazy? I Googled I AI who was gonna win the World Cup. And AI said fucking Spain. And that's who I went with because I don't watch sports. And they done fucking won. I followed the shit though. When I saw that they was about to play dude in them, I say, oh shit, what's the climate like? Is they gonna let Argentina win or Spain? And in Chat GPT, whatever one of them AI shits I chose said Spain. I don't won that shit. And I had signed up for that shit like a month ago. Y'all remember? Damn, I won some goddamn DoorDash money. I'm gonna check my shit later. Salute, man. Damn, I just knocked them off. I don't watch sports, but I gotta revisit the motherfucking, you know what I mean? Damn. Ole, ole, ole. Guy had. Yep, gas high as fuck, Signal. How much is the gas in your area, fam? Gas high as fuck. Smash that like gas high as gas. Y'all know as soon as I change that shit to is your gas high, they knocked me off of that shit, right? That's crazy. Man, that's what it is though. Smash that like is your gas high, fam? 18 military, I thought it was just two. For instance, that's crazy, man. I thought it was just two. Smash that like y'all. Shut me out. Is your gas high? We're gonna switch it up. And we talk about can JD Vance beat Kamala? Damn, 300 people, 50 people hurt. You notice we ain't heard nothing from them though. Has anybody been speaking out that got hurt in all of this? And we got 40 likes. Let's get the likes on the other side of 50 on the way 100, fam. Smash that like. You paid $4.39 yesterday. Okay, okay. Now, is that high for your region, forensics? Is that high for y'all? Because I think we looking at about maybe 480 right. I don't know, no way. I gotta check it. Don't even. I mean, Mark Rubio gonna be the next president. Mark, maybe. Mark. They say Mark Rubio is the one that's down there running Venezuela right now. I don't know though, because I don't hear nobody saying they vote for him. I don't hear his name popping like that. I do not. I don't hear Mark Rubio. I hear his name being tossed around by like the media, which they probably getting paid to. I don't hear nobody like, yeah, you know what Mark Rubio said. And pardon me too. Pardon me. But I don't even hear excuse me, Mark Rubio name being tossed around. Right, you say you paid $1 less. Right, because as soon as they started dropping bombs again, gas shot up like 12 cents. Like, what the fuck? It's like smoke and mirrors, like somebody just said earlier. That shit crazy. Can you show me where you got that information from? That all the big donors are backing him? So you can tell who can be a candidate when they start bringing out their personal information or little shit about them, or even trying to solidify their integrity as a lying ass politician. Can you show me where you got that information from? That all the big donors are backing him. I would say all the big donors are probably backing JD Vance, trying to get out of the shadow of Donald Trump. I mean, that's MAGA. I would say they trying to create their own niche and power vacuum. If they stick with Mark Rubio, he's gonna be with the old Trump style. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not Googling it. You said it. Yeah, Rubio going to court, Hedgepeth, every last one on. I'm telling you, because and the Democrats and other people that get in power are gonna make sure they do, because it's gonna be the same revenge politics that Donald Trump and them are engaging in. That's gonna happen with these people, because now everybody is gonna be trying to change whatever perceived perception that Donald Trump, anything that was Donald Trump is gonna be. You will see statues toppled, and they might go to that fucking Joan at White House and tear that bitch down. You're gonna see it's gonna be crazy, in my opinion. 329, god damn. That's a good that shit. A geezy weed. Is that high or low in your area, Godfather? When Republicans nominate a non-white candidate for president, hell has officially frozen. Shit. I think Byron Donaldson, they might be priming him. Byron Donaldson is and he fucking with Florida too. Y'all knew Florida is a motherfucking powerhouse with all that motherfucking retiree money and overinflated condos and shit in Miami. That cocaine money too. You know what I mean? There's no way no American should be in charge of Venezuela. Venezuela should be in charge of Venezuela. I mean, Americans ain't even in charge of America. Ask Xi Jinping, whatever his Chinese name ass is. Americans ain't even in charge of America, fam. That's crazy. You only baptized. Okay, got you, family. Who's about to do that, Sassy Mo? Project 2025, man. JD Vance and Byron Donaldson. Okay, I go for it. I wouldn't mind Byron Donaldson as a black man getting his chance at being the president. Some of his ideas and stuff I don't agree with, but that's another advancement for America. Byron Donaldson be talking that shit too. I did see him on a political tour with Jake Lang though, so well, whatever, man. I think, you know what I mean, being a man, he should have a chance to say his one too. So Byron Donaldson, then shit, fuck it. JD files for divorce. And who he gonna get up with, for instance, Erica Kirk, with her, she like a big ass, what's that lady of that, Anna Marie? What's her name? What was her name? Anna Marie? She had that, she like Anna Marie was a fake, um, Marilyn Monroe. But I go for JD Vance and Byron Donaldson going up against probably Kamala and Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom being the vice president. I go for that shit. I would. Russell Boyd said he works for the president. Congress told him no one works for the president but for the people. He was being totally honest. Right? And seemingly they forgot their job positions. And that's what the president, you feel me, works for the people. The commander in chief is in charge of the military. So I think Donald Trump is leaning more into his position as commander in chief as opposed of president, which is for the people. That's my opinion. JD Vance, Captain Jack Sparrow. Shit. JD Vance is youthful. Y'all elect Donald Trump and say Daddy Trump as opposed to letting some guy that's wearing. I thought JD Vance wore eyeshadow. His eyes used to be so smoky. Well, go ahead and revoke Republican, Kenny, with your male chauvinistic ass. That's all good, fam. Vance and Donaldson would be a good ticket. I don't believe that Harris could even win the Democratic primary. I think she can. And what she's going to need is the backing of Barack Obama. Barack Obama, his notoriety as a politician transgresses the Republicans, the Democrats, all of them. They might talk about him, but they all respect him. You notice that you don't hear a bunch of Republicans talking shit about Obama, only Donald Trump. Republicans know that he's just as slimy as they are, and he's one of them. If Barack Obama get behind it, she will win. You say Tim Scott, but Donaldson is young and he up and coming with the bullshit though. Tim Scott got a stronghold. He been around longer than Donaldson, right? New Donaldson's that Republican wild card. Is what we've been missing in politics. A black Republican. What's his voice? A black dude with a. What's Donaldson's background? He got a little money. Anything you know anything about him? Forensics. I say Donaldson coming in giving a black Republican. We have yet to hear from a black Republican, a male. Remember we had Condoleezza Rice. What Condoleezza at? Bring Condoleezza back in here. Wasn't she Secretary of State at one time or something like that? Some big wig job. Where's Condoleezza, man? Somebody wake Condoleezza up and see what she thinks. We need to ask some of our old people in power of what's really good and their perspective on it. What's the dude that used to be working with Clinton? It was James Caravel. He be on point. The bald head white guy. He be on point with some of his shit. But somebody wake Condoleezza up, man. No, because she only had 90 days. Who the fuck can beat against somebody, the machine, in 90 days? Nobody but Rocky. I mean, and that's a movie. Nobody can goddamn beat the machine. And she had the odds stacked against her. Did you read the Doja Godfather where they said that the Biden administration sabotaged Kamala on purpose because they didn't need her to win? They needed to take the fight for Joe Biden to take Joe Biden goddamn, lost. He didn't want to retire with a loss under his belt. You understand? He retired. I would too, if she had the right agenda. Man, we just need to get APAC, Super PAC, and Citizens United from the government because because people will do anything for money. And with saying that though, we need to take out all lobbyists, the LGBTQ plus, anybody that's a lobbyist, and let the people just vote for who they want. Not let the lobbyists' money make the people that we vote for gravitate towards their opinion. Because we'll go vote these people in and they won't do nothing that you wanted them to do. They'll do whatever who pays the most money to them. And that's another thing. We got to stop pointing the finger at Americans, man. Laugh out loud. So we're supposed to believe in a Republican is going to pivot away from bigotry and support a man with an Indian wife and kids and a black. That's some crazy shit, ain't it? That's what I'm saying. But that would be America. That's crazy. All of these staunch MAGA motherfuckers that come in here with that shit, they will be willing to do it. I bet you. If that happens, that says a lot. And this guy is not Protestant. JD Vance is Catholic, so he's gonna be bringing in nothing that a Protestant is kind of more free spirited than Catholic. They're gonna have to do a lot of penance and Hail Marys. Yep, they will never be for Americans. They're gonna be for whoever's sliding them the envelope because they can't go back. A deal is a deal. Remember? Smash that like. That shit is immediately bringing all cultures to the White House. They'll have a field day with that fucking meme. I hate to see that guy there go AI video. If they do bring all that shit to the White House, they'll be like, wow. Yeah, well, shit. With Elon Musk and Doge, he left with money ain't shit. They need to be more accountable with our data and analytics. That seemingly is worth more than any money that we could produce. Elon Musk left with a lot of our shit. And that's what how you get to the money. That's just a part of it. The money is they control your mind. That's why they wanted TikTok, because it was the one algorithm that was not associated with America. And you notice TikTok is a main influencer in what people buy, what people are into, the knowledge that people think they acquire. They get it from TikTok, man. Smash that like, y'all. Shut me up. Smash that like, y'all. Well, you better not be voting, Chris, because ain't none of them gonna do what they say. And it's not as much as by its dollar either. Woo! In that curl bar. Y'all get over there and check out Space Dust on the Discord too. We got the link posted, man. We'll know by Tuesday, no later than Wednesday, if they're ready to, you know what I mean, do their thing. Right. For instance, and y'all remember COVID economy was padded also. It was so much free money floating around that the economy was kind of like supported. Everything that was being sold was $5 or $6 more. Y'all do realize that, right? Smash that like, man. Look at their records and compare campaign promises to what they actually did. Shit, they can fudge the records, fam. You know that's why ain't nothing. We don't upload a lot of shit right now. We download and we stream because they can alter the stream. They can alter the shit while you're doing it. But if you got the original download to it, you got the copy of it. Now everything's streamed. Sassy mode, especially in this area, we was chill. Now all of a sudden, we off the chain with it. Biden had nothing to do with the gas prices. Meanwhile, today's prices are influenced by war. We're not supposed to be in, right? And that's what people are not understanding, or they're just not trying to. Know what I mean, that's what the gas prices are fluctuating because of every time they drop a bomb. And matter of fact, who's paying for this shit? You see what I'm saying? Not even realizing that. I ain't heard nobody come in here and say, well, I'm Daddy Trump and I'm helping him pay for it. Who wants to help pay for this stuff? And what will be the end result for this Iran war now? We're at war with them because of what now? Can somebody tell me now is beyond even an excuse? Why is the United States at war with Iran? Can somebody tell me that now? Everything was defunded. Shit. If you ask me, everything was defunded but the Department of War. And it's called the Department of War now. It was the Department of Defense and now it's called the Department of War. What's going on right now is a direct result of the Iran war. Nothing else. Everything is fluctuating because of the Iranian war. And they haven't even stepped on the ground. It's all been drones and shit. But now you say it's a fruit American people done lost their life. Shit. The mental patients are running wild. Yeah, people stressed out, like I always say, like Bob Marley say, a hungry man is an angry man. Motherfuckers lashing out. Feed the wolves. That's the shit I'm talking about. They refuse to feed the wolves. You know what I'm saying? And to get on TV and say, I just made a couple of $1 billion grinning and shit. And the IRS can't investigate my family. That's crazy. And you will accept that. Your bills are late. You about to get your shit put out. And you come in here talking about MAGA and Donald Trump is getting all the illegals out, but he leaving you here stuck. That's the thing I'm saying. I'm not going against Donald Trump, but I'm talking to the people that support stuff like that. Like, it makes no sense, man. Right, the money is going away for real. Money is going away. You got to get a whole lot of debits down. Like I'm telling you, I do a hell of a grocery list every month, and now where I was spending like $250, that shit is like more like $350, if not $4, because shit is going up. And what the fuck is up with Headsmith talking about test? Yeah, what the fuck? Hey, hey, for instance, yo, why nobody ain't saying nothing about that? What? Why is that national news? Why is that global news that the United States? I guess they're saying if you have more female, if you have more pheromones or something like what is that the females have? Estrogen. If you have more estrogen in your shit, you out of the fucking if you got oh man, I took down the pen, but you got more estrogen. For instance, you know we got a BMC think tank set up over there on Discord. So get over there and show your participation, man. We on Discord right now. Anybody that's supporting the BMC, get over there on Discord. Even people that hear this on the playback, man. Damn, road rage, man. Wow. So you know he about to give them the same thing like Hitler gave the Blitzkrieg people. He gave them meth. They about to put these people on meth. The Delco pooper. He about to put them people on meth. The Delco pooper. That is so crazy, y'all. That's crazy. Smash that like. You don't even see them online. I know one black guy that wears a mega hat. That the dude you know what I'm talking about. Okay, that's random. You don't even see people with the MAGA. You don't even see MAGA stickers anywhere anymore. And you don't see a lot of people coming in talking about Project 2025 in these chat screens or King Trump and Daddy Trump. It made me think 75% of my people that was coming through here with the Trump shit was bots. Smash that like, y'all. Right, especially if Kamala run, they're losing everything they got and they still will support the losing team. You said granddaddy ain't never been wrong. Smash that like, y'all. Hey, yo, if granddaddy wasn't in a black household, how was granddaddy the head of the household? Y'all know goddamn well everybody inherited their house from their granddaddy when he died. That's why I don't understand when y'all be like, black men were not in the household. For a certain period in time, probably from 1965 to 1990, where it was highly possible black people needed that support from the government and they wouldn't give it, they'd feed the pups and the women, but not the warriors. They probably went outside of the door, got underneath the bed or somewhere when the white folks came in checking and shit. I mean, because they would have never made up the rule of who's that no men clothing could be in there if they wasn't finding men clothing. Now, why would they have a law like that? Now, that makes no sense. Mm-hmm. Yep. The big piece of chicken. And you know, you notice that a lot of our women were raised that way. Whoever was the man in the house would get the big piece of chicken. Whether it was your granddaddy, your daddy, your brother, or your uncle. Mm-hmm. Everybody valued that opinion and went to him with their own ideas to be supported. And if granddaddy said it, that's what it was. Okay. Granddaddy know when a motherfucker come to see him, he coming with his wallet or belt. When you go to see granddaddy, either he coming with his wallet or a belt. About to beat your ass or bless you with something. At least my granddaddy never beat me. But when I came around, my granddaddy was chill. And we came up in the 70s, we might have needed a bill or two. With my granddaddy would hand that money off. He had a good job too. He was in the lumber industry. I mean, he worked at a lumber yard. He was intricate to it too, because the dude used to let him do his thing. We'll come up there and sit and chill. Granddaddy would put a dub in your pocket when $5 was for 20 back then. Granddaddy would put a dub in your pocket, put 2-300 in my mama hand, in which it was not his daughter. It was my daddy's father. He would put 2-300 in my mama hands, not in my daddy hands. Me, my sister, and my mama go holler at him and see maybe if something was going wrong. Not going to no motherfucker. I ain't never lived off no assistance, but I don't see no wrong with it. And when we did come across some of it, we did engage. But I mean, my granddaddy used to hit us off, and my uncle, my daddy's brother. He was of the LGB. He'll hit you off though. Uncle G, you go to his house, he'll come out there in a silk robe with some slippers, but he's still all honesty. What you doing in school? What's going on with you? How you be? Here you go. Not only is he gonna hit us off, He gonna make sure whatever's going on that we popped up to holler at him, get, I mean, right. And that was all black men, or native black men too. My uncle was in the service too. He was in the Navy, and I always used to look at that hat and the way he had it. I used to be like, yeah, Joe, yeah, up, gee, he goes up. But he always maintained a job. Every time you seen him, he was Kango, camel hair coat, gators from Barbados. Never seen nobody play those. Face cut up, shaped up, and a gentleman. You know what I'm saying? And he worked at the hospital as when they called them orderlies. So yeah, I don't get when they say black men wasn't in our communities. Mm-hmm. Randy, you say he's smoking some gas. And sat at the head of the table, and already air at the table when he walked through the door. Yup. Yup. And that's when he was one of them OG granddaddies that was gracious to the baby that he said, no, feed the kids first. Bring me my plate here. I'm going to start over here. I'm not going to sit at the table, but y'all go ahead and eat, man. One of them granddaddies that he didn't even take the head, even though he could have had. He'll go about to watch the game or Auntie Bunker on. My bad. Space Dust just dropped the Discord again. Y'all did anybody come over there and join Space Dust? Y'all ain't get over there and hit the Discord, man. I got them pinned the link. Lone Ranger, what's going on, Lone Ranger? Chillin' fam, what's Tonto? Hi-ho, Silver. Okay. Me, you, and I saw it was another young man. But with anything, it'll catch on. Coyote, what's up with you, Wally? Lil Wally, what's up with you? Like, what y'all think? When you vote for JD Vance and Kamala, Wally? Gotcha. Right here, this Discord link right here, right? Is this the one that's tagged as never running out as permanent? The ones you got posted right here. Okay. Smash that like, y'all. Share me out. Okay, because there's one joint that say that it's permanent. What I'm gonna do is post a permanent one in all my uploads. Okay, I'll go for that, Coyote. We're wildin'. And that's what I'm saying. Neither one of them has really stood out with anything. Aaron, why do you say Rubio? Oh, the gas, yeah, because it's a direct result of the Iranian war. Remember, the gas failed, and every time they dropped bombs on each other, the gas is rising, especially now that they pull in all these other OPEC linked countries. Y'all sure this ain't a battle amongst the OPEC oil companies? Man? You know what I'm saying? Vance is weak compared to who? It depends on at which time did the gas fluctuate. Right now is the direct result of the Iran war, which was billed as the Operation Full Fury. Would you not agree with that, Bar? Would you disagree with that or disagree? Do you think that this gas price is the direct result of the United States interaction in Iran? Smash that like. And which line of thought is that? That Randall? That's what they said. Who goes through reserves? That's why it's called a reserve. Who does that shit? Come on, man. That's what I heard. The reserves was gone. Remember, that's supposed to be like 1,000 years worth of shit. Oh yeah, it's an OPEC war, right? Right. Look at who fighting. And remember, who jumped out of the OPEC recently? The United Arab Emirates. Was it the United Arab Emirates? They pulled out of OPEC and now they fighting with Iran. But I'm surprised all you ex-military guys and all you military buffs and historians and political analysts, nobody's speaking on the Norwan Canal that's in Iraq right now. That's what they want. They want the Norwan Canal to be able to tax people in the Strait of Hormuz. I mean, because the Norwan Canal spills out into the Strait of Hormuz, and that's in Iraq. Yeah, they say they run in Venezuela. Sassy Mo, they told me Rubio running Venezuela right now. But I'd say and we got to check on who's running Guyana too, because right before we went into Venezuela, Venezuela and Guyana, who are next to each other, was fighting over the oil fields. They was going to war over that shit. They doing a lot of shit. I didn't understand how the CIA was negotiating Cuba. What the fuck? Who voted the CIA in to speak for American people? How we gonna handle this shit? Smash that like, y'all. Yeah, war creates the high price on everything because the demand, even with precious metals, like not even just gold and silver, like copper, brass. You know what I mean? Even any kind of metal because you need to produce shit, production. You might even see a motherfucking recycling plastic. Now with all the technology, the price of recycling plastic probably go up because, you know what I mean? Old computer parts and all that shit. Y'all know, I'm gonna tell y'all a quick and easy goddamn money maker that nobody has thought of, but they have thought of it. They had went past the cyber bars and started creating these um slot machine lounges, which are just big ass desktops. They're not even the real slot machines. You tap the button. You can create a cyber lounge like that. They existed for a little bit where you put a bunch of desktops somewhere or whatever the latest technology might. These days you might can go buy a bunch of phones, and that's just what it is, and have like a phone bar where people come in and engage in the internet or their favorite YouTube programs or any of that while they politic with their peoples and shit and order food or whatever amenities that you offer as an entertainment. I mean, a cell phone bar is designed around a cell phone. What's trending, the number one, a cell phone bar, dude. Is the next step level. That's what an entrepreneur with a little bit of money and the ingenuity. But Biden dollar also reached astronomical. His dollar was, a little bit, way stronger than Donald Trump's because Donald Trump dollar is fluctuating along with the price of oil, and you can't understand it. Our dollar is not just backed by one thing now. It's just like a conglomerate of other people's interests, other countries' interests, okay? Other countries got 70% invested in our dollar. We got probably as Americans, we probably have about 5%, and the government got the other 20%. That's why we getting this shit into the stick. When we spend that dollar, we got to spend a little bit more of them. Ain't nothing penny candy no more. Penny candy 25 cents. And if they can get rid of the penny, that'll tell you that we not. You know what I mean, we're in a different kind of decimal system right now. Yeah, man, and they weren't powering up no cars that potentially 1 out of 5 of these cars can become a hybrid where you can gas it up or you can power it up with electricity. They was gassing up motherfucking Monte Carlos, Regals, El Caminos, F-150s, Chevy Pup trucks, Volkswagens. You know what I mean? In the 70s, they was gassing up gas guzzlers. Yeah, China brought the debt. But our dollar weak as fuck. Remember that dollar, you can go back a lot with the dollar. A lot of y'all ain't never thought about looking at the dollar as a, you know what I mean, a consumer piece of currency. You just look at the dollar as something that, you know what I mean, you can use to go get. You know what I mean, you got to investigate the dollar. The dollar today is not the dollar that we were spending when Biden and them was in office. Every president dollar is different. That's why they got Reaganomics. Reaganomics dollar was crazy dope. Because with a dollar during the Reagan era, you can go get a soda, a candy bar, a bag of chips, you know what I'm saying? And get some penny candy. And guess what? And Japan also is the number one holder of those bonds that the United States was pushing out. They put a lot of their technology money into the United States, um, like sort of like Sony. Without Michael Jackson, Sony PlayStation would not even exist. Because before Michael Jackson came with them hits and brought that fucking catalog and linked it to Sony, he got a because they didn't owe they couldn't pay him, so they had to give Michael Jackson stock in their company. What he did with the stock in their company was leverage their stock against this catalog called ATV. He didn't pay no money. He levied the stock that Sony owed him. I mean, and then that put cash in his pocket from making money off of that ATV and Sony because it directly linked, which they was already linked because Michael Jackson had made trillions. They owe that motherfucker some money. Remember they were saying Michael Jackson couldn't go broke in the morning because the interest off of what he went to sleep with? I'm telling you, they owe Michael Jackson some bread. And so he saved Sony, in which the whole organization was falling, but that allowed them to come with the Sony PlayStation, the next plateau with these games. And remember, Michael Jackson had his own Sony PlayStation game called Captain. He had like 2 or 3, but I don't even remember the one called Captain EO because it was linked with the Epcot Center and Walt Disney and shit. It was big business. It wasn't no bullshit. You know, anything that the Epcot Center get linked to is big business. And then it started crashing down when they started having the kids allegations. Was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Remember when Michael Jackson was closely associated with Disney for a little bit? And he started doing his own thing, and they started making it out to be like a Marilyn Manson oddity. The OPEC oil embargo, yup. That shit was crazy. That was circa at Anwar Sadat, um Jimmy Carter and the PLO. I mean Yasser Arafat when they was in the spotlight when all that gas stuff was going on. Yep, instant gratification. Smash that like y'all, share me out. Yeah, and watch the dot, man. And remember the PLO. That was the Palestinian group back then, the PLO. Y'all know the dude that was in South America who was looked at as like a Contra or a Sandinista back then. He mainstream. I can't think of his name, but I always see him. He out of Colombia. I always see him that FARC shit. Well, remember FARC from South America? We always, when we talk politics, we never speak on South American politics. They deeply rooted in some communist type shit too. South America, they got some shit going on that we always end up discussing Europe and Africa and Asia. Nobody ever discusses that South America is a hotbed for goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Insurgents. Remember that word was popping off? Insurgents. Y'all better watch out when they start deeming fellow Americans insurgents. You know what I mean? Right after he took us off the gold standard and we went with that goddamn on petrodollar. And then nobody even realizes that after the petrodollar, we went into the technology age and we was dealing with the yen, with the technology dollar, with Japan. We was riding that wave of technology. Smash that like, y'all. Share me out. 5 y'all in here. Let's get us on the other side of 50, man. You can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. But if your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, you ain't no friend of mine. No safety dance. No safety dance. Nope. You're fired. Don't even take the day off. Don't come back. Smash that like, y'all. Ain't that crazy? China, Russia, and the United States is the number one colonizer now. China, Russia, and the United States are the number one colonizers. They might as well get together and form a coalition. For real, with China and the United States, Russia is just riding on the wings or whatever because they got a war chest also from their communist days and switching over to capitalism. They got a immediate fluctuation of rupees or whatever they call it their money these days. Right, because y'all remember when the euro popped up, everybody want to get paid in euros. What the fuck? Because for a little bit the euro was, you know what I mean, fluctuation above the dollar. Whatever the United States did by way of really stifling a lot of European investments and, you know what I mean, that shit fell back down. And then we managed to take control of all of the shit they was colonizing. We just stepped in their boots and took over all the places where Europe was. You ever realize that the United States is there now? And we're more Asian friendly than we are European friendly. And we're more African colonization still as all the European raised countries are. But we're more Asian friendly than we're European. Right. He helped colonizing. It is the military industrial complex. You know what I'm saying? But can you what are some of the things that he did that he has implemented in Venezuela? What does he, you know what I mean? Right, the monetization of anything. They just happen to be a gas station. Like Iran. You know that's the number one thing we went at? Is Donald Trump and them trying to replace the goddamn the gold and the oil they done fucked up or they stole? Chilling, Jimmy. What's up with you, Jimmy? What you think about this? Is your gas high? And thanks for always coming back, showing and support, Jimmy. I'm gonna make you a moderator. I don't care if all this shit blue. That means, you know what I mean? Sometimes you want to go where everybody know your name, man. Like, cheers, family. Damn, 334. Okay, that's what it is. What part of the country you in, Dave? What's up with you, Dave? The euro was designed to make the European Union more successful through trade and commerce, but it also was designed to take the place of the dollar as the number one currency that people do business around the world. Okay, Jacksonville. That's what it is, David. David, you follow football. Which one of those was it? The owner of the Jacksonville team or the Florida team that threw the drink into the fans' face? Was it the Jackson team owner? They removed Madero and Rubio became president over there. They're already under right. And Rubio, he's Latino, ain't he? That's crazy and Catholic. That shit is crazy. That's what it is, family. Just because I disagree with you, don't mean that we're not the same. We just got different analytics and data. Is how we come up with our hypotheses. Because none of us really know. It's all educated guesses, man. On half of the shit we be going back and forth on. I won't say debate because debates always turn out to be arguments or somebody's trying to that's the other and what they know instead of just saying what you know and somebody else saying what they know. And if it doesn't, if it contrasts or if it don't, I mean, it's just it is what it is. Go investigate it. Maybe somebody might send you down a rabbit hole because y'all had a different opinion on something or a belief how something was started or what it really was. And then you go down that rabbit hole, who knows? Man? That's what I'm trying to do here, y'all. Spark the brain, man. I ain't trying to spark no civil war or no racist stuff with nobody. I'm trying to spark the brain. Like Joe Biden said, get up and fight, Americans. I know some white dudes are like, as you swig a Modelo 32 ounce. uh, Smash that like, y'all. Share me out, man. What Yogi Bear say? Smarter than your average bat. Hey, boo boo. Hey, DT. You always coming in here with capital letters saying some bullshit. Come back without the caps, DT. Boop. Hey, Nightbot be saying some crazy shit. Nightbot say boop. Yeah, the Euro was bad news, man. Europe can't colonize nobody no more. Know what I'm saying? The European Union isn't very successful because they have protective markets and threw high tariffs at each other. Right. Instead of really opening up the borders, they just got the borders where they can travel amongst themselves, but they need to really, you know what I mean? I'm not wearing any boots today. That Nightbot on some shit today, but about to say boop. Salute, Jimmy. That's what it is. Thanks for that support. Jimmy says, bro, your channel rocks and speaks truth, and others can't comprehend that, right? But whether they comprehend it or not, they know that it, and are aware of it. Whether they, I won't say comprehend it, whether they admit it or acknowledge it. Right, right. Ian, I think Ian chilling with his family. I think he said he's about to go cook out, man. Go hang out and shit. I like to chill, you know what I'm saying? I spent my life around 1,000 people. Every moment I get to chill by myself, I cherish it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what was it? Was it a 24 piece? Is it European straight? Is it wet and wavy? Is it canker toka line, human hair? Is it a 1B? What kind of wig is it? If you brought a new wig, tell us about it. Is, you know what I'm saying? Is it the one that's hooked onto the wave cap shit like the people do? What kind of wig is it? Tell us. That's what it is. Cheers, fam. Cheers to everybody, man. That's sipping on sub or smoking on sub or just parlaying. Cheers. I mean, shout out all my as Americans. If I can drink with you, maybe I might even can think with you, or vice versa. If I can think with you, I damn sure can drink with you. Yeah, hey yo, Godfather. Remember they were supposed to be doing all that shit with NAFTA, with Mexico and Canada. They were supposed to have been building that big ass highway going through Minnesota and Chicago and Memphis and all these places linking Canada and Mexico and strengthening our trade. But then Donald Trump came and now he getting the number one bargaining chip, which were the illegal people making money and shit. You know what I mean? It would have been I mean, they would have been making the products for this. I mean, that shit crazy. And that way, they could have been bringing the people that they deem illegal in with paperwork to do work, and then making them leave when the season was up as seasonal workers. Yeah, NAFTA, that shit, they swept it on. Don't none of them presidents deal with that North American Fair Trade Association. No, none of them Americans deal with that shit. You don't hear that shit come up no more. Smash that like the five of y'all that's in here, man. Closer than close. It's your gas high. And you know what? I haven't said this one time. We still on that e-bike foundation, man, and the cold water. You know what I mean? The cold water mission we're gonna be picking up this week, popping up somewhere, giving out. We going for 100 bottles this time to some Americans. So get over there and donate to the BMC E-Bike Foundation. Right now, the e-bike is looking at like 1,200. So some of that water can go to a thirsty, hot American that might not have the money or access to an ice cold bottle of water. So if you haven't even checked out the first BMC free water drive, go check it out. I got it posted on the channel. But we still, you know what I mean, if you want to support the BMC E-Bike Foundation, all we asking is for $1. That's like a half a case of water. What's a case of water? But whatever it is, everything is greatly appreciated. And this week we'll be popping up somewhere on the other side of town. We're gonna go further out so we can touch more and a different diversity of Americans with this free water. I mean, because it's 90 something degrees out there, man. 96 degrees in the shade. That's why Americans are losing their jobs. Those tariffs are a strain on business and their wallets as well as the consumers. Remember, Trump's merchandise is made overseas. He's not paying any charge. Yep, he went to China and came back with some phones. I'm not surprised that the number one cause of death for the young black man is homicide. Black on black, no other race has that. Plus, huh? White, it's more white on white crime now, fam, by way of political violence. It's not on the rise, it's at a steady pace with the black on black crime. And, you know what I mean? And some of it is all hype, you know? I'm surprised that nobody is speaking on the meth epidemic that's going on in these other cultures and stuff, man. I'm surprised nobody's speaking on that. No, NAFTA fell back during Bush Jr. Canada started off with protecting wheat, beef, and whiskey tariffs. Yup, Godfather, you right. But I'm saying, but remember they were supposed to be revamping that NAFTA shit, and it was supposed to be this super highway. That's how Tim Walz really got in office. Because one of them dudes that was who was it, Tim Walz, but one of them dudes that was out of Minnesota or one of them spots had got into some shit on the back road dealing with some alcohol, drunk driving or something, and they all went and fell through. But NAFTA was supposed to be revamped right before all this stuff with the illegals and stuff. We supposed to been getting that fair trade shit right. They still fracking. They still fracking. That frackish oil ain't shit though. That's more like for industrial. That frackish oil. They want that sweet crude. They still fracking. My sister Kimmy, she passed away from meth 3 years ago. Only because the people, she would put her in the bedroom, close the door, and put a blanket over the door. Wow. Why did they do that? Was she dead before they did all of this, or they did this after she died? Yeah, that fracking, they doing that shit in Texas, California, everywhere. Alaska. That's not what they're looking for. That it all different because you know where oil, everything that we have is kind of oil based. Plastic is oil based. Um, a lot of shit is more than Vaseline. a lot of monuments and stuff is oil based more than just filling up the gas in your car. There's a lot of runoffs from that gas. You understand what I'm saying? They do a lot of other shit with it. So that's why everything else fluctuates with the price, because it's not just filling up your gas tank, it's also creating all of these gadgets and everything else. You know what I'm saying? It's linked to that shit, you know what I mean? And if it don't, it ain't the number one ingredient of it is one of the ingredients, and anything damn near that we use on the planet, it's got oils in its base. Republicans are the ones who control the three houses. Abortion is personal choices. Exactly, Sassy Mo. People have babies, then get neglected. They're alive. Yup. You say have babies, then don't want to feed them. Right. You say y'all should have the babies and then don't want to feed them and then talk shit. I mean, because you can't have one. Yes, it is, because the Biden dollar was worth a lot more, Mark. What's going on with you, Mark Wallace? What's up with you, Angela? Shout out, Sound Man BK. That's what it is. What's going on with you? The unprepared mind. I work in the premium, basin, and frack still going on. Right. And where's the premium base in that, family? Yeah, I'm telling you, they still fracking. They still fracking. Smash that like, y'all. Is your gas high? Salute, fam. West Texas. I got people's in Midland and Odessa. My people's in Midland and Odessa. I did not see that, Sassy Mo. That is crazy. So you see what I'm saying? And then nobody saying nothing about all this stuff that was created to house these people. They shut down the one they had in Florida called the Alligator Alcatraz. Nobody saying nothing about it. They wasted all that money. It's like playing Monopoly, building up some shit and then having the cat there going tear it down or cash it in to get money. That shit crazy. Wow, New Mexico one too. Wow, you know what I mean? But with sound investment, you can get some resolved though. God, that's what I always been taught. That's why I'm saying I don't know how people be saying that the black community, speaking for my community, is decaying, because everybody that I know is kind of prosperous, because we're the number one gatekeepers to people in what's trending, like the Gucci, Lucci, and Ducci, and you got to be making some kind of money. And a lot of people that I know are not wearing the bullshit. It doesn't make no sense, but they are patronizing. I mean, buying what they want. There's one thing they learned from How to Sell to a Negro, that movie that was commissioned by the Department of Commerce, ran by the Johnson Publishing Company. They learned how that a black person, you can't tell them what to buy. They're gonna buy what they want, and some of the shit they do is for the gram, because being held back so long, you want to strut with red on so everybody can see that you are able to buy these things. That comes out of our suffrage, and now our ability to acquire these things. We don't mind. I mean, indulging in white privilege, because we have waited so long just to, I mean, get a piece of it and survive. That's what the shit be. Smash that like. What's going on with you, unprepared mind? What's up with you? Unprepared mind. How Cherry and Buster doing? 50 years on drilling rigs and 9 years in coil tubing. Okay, okay. So do some of these coil tubers go to research like seeing how long the how old the world is, or seeing, you know what I mean, when that shelf of oil that y'all fracking started or whatever? Do y'all ever run across like fossils and shit? I know y'all do because it's fossil fuel. Okay, you waiting on the next job. Is it by contract? Are you a union man? How does that shit work? I know we got Longbeard, the resident oil man here. He drive the trucks. Okay, your unit. Is it the rig where they go? They be pumping the shit. Is it one of those? One of those rigs. Smash that like y'all. Share me out. Shout out everybody coming through, showing BMC that support. And okay. So, okay, let me ask you this. Um, the fracking. Can you tell me some of the things that oil that you're fracking is used for? For some of these people that don't know that oil is gas and kerosene. It could be any, you know what I mean? Can you tell me what are some of the things? Or you working for an independent company? Okay, that's what it is. Smash that like y'all. Okay, that's what it is. Smash that like y'all. We gonna wrap this one up, y'all. We'll get back at y'all with another catchy one soon. Stay tuned and have you if you haven't turned on the notification, make sure you get over there and make sure you hype this up. Thanks for coming through the Unprepared Mind. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all show that support to the BMC. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? Peace.